niggas on it. They used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all's the hater, and all of my moves, but now niggas on it. They used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it.
What up, though? We back, man. The Roast Podcast server. We are here. I don't know if to call it a Sunday or Monday. We're recording on Sunday. This will be released on Monday, man. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube universe that
see what me being on a schedule makes us do.
Yeah.
Puts us back on schedule. I told like 6 people, yeah, we were going to record on Sunday so we can drop early Monday. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, they in formation.
Yeah, yeah, everybody's happy.
TRPE Hive, get in formation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody out in the YouTube universe. Shout out to everybody that's listening to this. If you're watching this on YouTube, like this video. 75-80% of y'all are not subscribed to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all get these alerts when the videos drop.
Straight up.
If you're listening to this on RSS, whether it be Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you find podcasts at, we love you. We appreciate you. iHeart and all that cool stuff. Mm-hmm. And we're here, man. I'm Chad.
I'm Matt.
Dan's here.
I'm back in the building.
Building 2 weeks in a row with his mic working.
I spoke to the producers about the movie role. We spoke about it on Patreon, but we haven't spoken about it on a big show. Me and Chad are actually going to be in a upcoming film. Yeah, we're going to be in an upcoming film in here.
Like complete apes. Trying to get my per diem to match my pay.
Yeah. So was talking to the script writers and basically adding shit into the script, taking shit out, whatever. He's gonna email us the script.
Okay, because I haven't seen the script.
Yeah. So, but just giving a little without giving too much, we're gonna be playing cops.
Yes.
So you know what I had them add into the script?
Of course.
Hands.
Dog, you off IG right now. There was the funniest Instagram fucking video. It was It was like Animal Care in 2023, and there was a white kitten, and it was like, oh, little kitten, where are your family at? Well, what I did was a black kitten. It was like, hands, let me see them hands. Get on the wall. Stop resisting me. I said, yo, racism knows no bounds, no animal delineage.
Do you remember years ago they did a special where they had kids interviewing, like basically they had kids sitting in front of puppies, and they were interviewing the kids, asking them what they felt as far as the puppies. You remember that? It was like a white puppy and a black puppy. It was years ago. I remember. Like early 90s. And they were asking the kids questions like, which puppy do you think would bite you? And the kids like, the black one. Paul Moody was like, I wish they would have let me in there to ask some kids some questions. Which dog looks like a serial killer?
The white one.
The white one.
The white one.
The white one.
Yeah, speaking of, I just seen another video. It was a Chinese lady sitting down, and the man had the Iron Man mask on, trying to scare her, like, boo! He took his mask off, he was black. Remember
that, Jerry Springer? What do you mean you're black, you son of a bitch? Silly as shit. Before we get into it, man, TRPE weekend, August 26th, August 27th.
Yes, indeed.
We got a live show Saturday night, World Cafe Live. Doors open at 7, show starts at 8. We'll be coming from another situation that's happening that day. We'll get into that later. Getting honored. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8 o'clock. Then after that, immediately after, Reserve. We got the network signing party, post-live show party function at Reserve. Sunday, August 27th, we got the TRPE brunch. Location will be released later. We got that all done, though, and everything's good.
Buttoned up.
Buttoned up. It's all buttoned up. So we got the live show, network signing party, and the TRPE brunch. Come out and fuck with your boys. August 26th, August 27th, 3 events, 2 days. Go to officialtrpe.com. Hit the events tab. All the tickets is right there.
You're getting great at cutting promos.
Goddamn,
nigga.
Coming for you, nigga. I'm getting there,
Booker
baby.
T levels promos.
We getting there.
Before we kick off the show, we always forget to do this in the beginning. If you're not on Patreon, y'all missing out. We talked about the submarine situation, submersible situation on Patreon this past weekend. We did an intro to Young Thug's album. I'm going to actually review it today. A lot of content is unfolding on Patreon, and people absolutely seem to love it. So if you're not on there, you're missing out. We about 500 strong over there on Patreon right now, trying to push to 1,000. A couple people, y'all profiles is still dormant from the changeover last July. I don't know what you're doing. Update your profile. Yeah, straight Patreon.com/officialtrpe. That's all the administrative stuff that I got for today. Matt already told y'all TRPE weekend, TRPE weekend, TRPE weekend, August 26th, August 27th. officialtrpe.com. Get your tickets. Officialtrpe.com is actually the home of all things TRPE. All the announcements, all the information is there on the site. Events, the Patreon link is there. Our video catalog is there. Audio catalog. Everything's in one freaking place.
Yeah, we got Pimp in the building tonight. Pimp, say something. Yeah, Pimp didn't want to be.
Clap it up for Pimp.
Yeah, Pimp in here. Pimp.
We got cursed out last time we had a friend here.
Oh yeah. When Jules was there.
Yeah, they was like, this ain't what I watch y'all niggas for every Monday. You know what I'm saying? Be kicking it with your friends. They don't know how to talk into the mic.
Yeah. Pimp walked in. Pimp said, "I never had a hookah in my life." I said, "Well, you came to the right place."
Yeah, you a hookah factory.
Yeah, we can find your hookah. This
I'm fucking hookah factory.
Straight up.
Real quick, some historical information before we get into the rundown. On this day in 1996, Reasonable Doubt was released. There was Jay-Z's seminal album, which is now going on to be cemented as a certified classic album. You got amazing records on there. The Evils, Can't Knock the Hustle, Coming to Age, the original one. DJ Clark Kent, did some production on there. Shout out DJ Clark Kent, the legend. I just got a chance to do a quick little brief interview with him during Roos Picnic. That's out now on our YouTube channel and all our socials. I want to talk about the reasonable doubt fallacy. The reasonable doubt fallacy is that it was a classic out the gate. Everybody rushed and bought it. Everybody knew Jay-Z was going to be the greatest artist of all time. And from the very first album, this cemented his legacy, and we knew exactly what he was going to turn into. And then we knew Biggie was going to die, and Tupac was going to die, and then Nas was going to put out booty shake music, and then Jay-Z was going to ascend to the top of the hip-hop charts. And I'm here to tell y'all full of shit.
Yeah, they're all lying.
And y'all are lying.
Yeah.
I, however, was one of the people that was there from day one. I literally was in Sounds of Upper Darby, and I'm at the CD John, and this one they had the big giant little cases on the CDs so you couldn't steal them.
Had the,
the harness Jones, and I had Reasonable Doubt in my hand, and I think it was High School High soundtrack. And I'm looking, and I'm like, all right, Method Man, this and this. I'm going back. All right, Biggie. All right, that's my man. All right, what's on here? The Alcoholics. I don't know about that. Go back over here. Memphis Bleak. I don't know who the fuck that is. And I'm going back and forth because I'm 13, 14 years old. I got a dub to spin.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't no nigga joint. $18.99. You know what I'm saying? I got a dub to spin.
Some nigga from Tennessee. I don't know what's going on.
He's from Brooklyn. He got a Tennessee nigga on here. That's different. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
And that album came out on Freeze/Priority Records. And, at the tender age of 13, I had no idea mostly what Jay-Z was talking about, but, I heard it, I stuck with it, and, every now and again, you play it on repeat, you get back to Ain't No Nigga, and it's like, all right, we're going to figure this out. Yeah. And then you start from the beginning, and then, you start to pick up on certain shit.
I remember seeing the video for Ain't No Nigga.
It was like...
And it was just the beat was just the it was just like I keep you fresher than the next bitch. No need for that. It was just cool. I didn't care much after that though. I'll be honest, I didn't really care.
Good as he got.
And I just be all the way live. Like there's no reason to front on it. Nas was my man.
Yeah.
And Nas had the anthem of the fucking summer at that point. That whole summer going. I used to go to Chief YMCA camp, 52nd Street. When I talk about, we used to come in every morning.
The Y on the Deuce was legendary.
Nigga, every morning.
Ooh, the pool parties there?
The lock-ins?
It felt like, no bullshit, every morning they played Nas and Lauryn Hill, If I Ruled the World.
It was the biggest song on earth.
You could not escape that record. Yeah. And a lot of people don't even just dig it. Jay-Z dropped June 25th. It was dropped the next Tuesday. I think July 1st or July 2nd. It dropped the very next week. So it was like, that ain't no nigga guy. You got to wait. Like you, I got a dub. I know I'm waiting on it. I know the Nas is coming out.
I was blessed. My pop gave me 2 fresh 20s, so I had a 40 ball.
2 dubs.
Yeah, so I had, but I'm on a 1 CD a week budget. You know what I'm saying? 2 a month max, because I still got to eat and I got to get a shirt from the Gap outlet. So it's like, all right, cool. Then, next week I got Nas' album. And then that kind of knocked Jay-Z out the box.
It was written release date July 2nd. Yeah. I know I wasn't tripping. Yeah. Jay dropped the 25th of June.
Just to give y'all, I was a Jay-Z fan before Reasonable Doubt in my lifetime. Before that.
Dan booked Jay-Z. Tell him your Jay-Z story.
Yeah,
Dan.
I'm going to tell you how bad Jay-Z was. So link up with Daoube. Daoube like, all right, we gonna bring Jay-Z.
For self, shout out Daoube.
Shout out Daoube. Free TV out the feds.
Yes, definitely.
So we at the 12 Seasons, which is now the Hilton on City Line, right next to before you get to Fridays.
12 Seasons, that's when it was legendary.
Yeah, that's where all the hair shows and everything went down there. Mm-hmm. So boom, so got the VIP set up, the meet and greet in the back. Boom, boom. It was this is like the first time Touchstone was like being known. And what was the R&B group that was from Philly? They was
No Question.
No Question opened up.
Signed to don't tell me. Rough Nation
Rough
Records.
Nation, yeah.
Rough Nation / Warner Brothers.
All right, to sum it all up, No Question was popular, was bigger than Jay-Z at that concert.
Yeah.
Jay-Z comes, it's 100 people there. He only wanted $5,000 though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you can't complain about you still lost on the $5,000. It was 100 people there. He ran through Reasonable Doubt. You know what I mean? He had 100 true fans there.
Yeah.
He freestyled Imaginary Player. Like, I wrote this last night. It was the first verse of Imaginary Player. So now we go into backstage, go to the VIP. He's gone. Nigga,
I ain't meeting these 100 niggas.
like,
these 100 niggas crazy enough to come see me. I'm out of here. I'm on a turnpike.
So I talked to Doe about that when he first came home, too. Doe owes me dinner, too, so I'm going to remind him. I'm going to let him know.
Yo, 1996, low-key, might have been one of the best rap years.
Oh, for sure, for
98.
Sure. Yeah, that's they say that's the second, like, golden era of hip-hop from, like, 94 to 98. The original was what, 85 to 88?
Yeah.
85 to 88, because that gave you, Kumo D, Kane, Rakim,
98
Bismarck.
go down as the best. 100 hip hop albums dropped in 98.
So 96, you had Tupac, All Eyes on Me, and the Fugees, The Score, came out the same day, February 13th. That's hard. All Eyes on Me and The Score dropped February 13th. You had Busta Rhymes, The Comin', dropped on the 26th of March. You had Ghetto Boys, The Resurrection, dropped on April 2nd. You had Master P, Ice Cream Man, dropped April 16th. Hard. What else was a big one? Going down. You had Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt on June 25th. The Quad City DJs dropped the same day. Get on up and dance. You know what I'm saying? Nas, it was written July 2nd. You had Tribe Called Quest, Beat, Rhymes, and Life on July 30th. Another album that dropped on July 30th is UGK, Riding Dirty.
Another classic.
Dropped on July 30th. Silk the Shocker dropped on August 20th. The album it's by Silk the Shocker. The album was called The Shocker. You know what I'm saying? on August 20th.
My favorite Silk the Shocker album was Charge It to the Game. Yeah. He was on the cover with the credit card.
Outkast dropped AT Aliens on August 27th.
Shit.
Crazy, right? The Roots dropped Philadelphia Half-Life on September 24th. Exhibit at the Speed of Life on October 15th.
Good album.
MOP Firing Squad dropped October 22nd.
Another great album.
E40, The Hall of Game, dropped October 29th.
Another great album.
Ghostface Killer, Iron Man dropped the same day, October 29th.
Damn, Iron Man dropped it?
Yeah. Pac dropped fucking Machiavelli in November.
Yeah, 2 albums in the same year.
Lil' Kim dropped Hardcore the same day Snoop dropped The Dogfather.
That's a great year for music.
Yo, 96 is up there, man.
Yeah, they said between 96 and 98.
November 19th, Foxy Brown dropped Il Nana, Mobb Deep dropped Hell on Earth, and Shaq dropped You Can't Stop the Rain. All on the same day, November 19th.
We need to get with Shaq, because that album is not on no streaming services.
Yeah.
I think Shaq was signed to Jive, too, so that's weird that it wouldn't be on streaming services.
It's on nothing. I tried to find...
Because Jive now was consolidated in the Zamba, which is now the RCA Columbia Sony group or whatever. So you would think that they would get that on there.
November 26th, Keith Murray dropped Enigma. Dr. Dre dropped Presents Aftermath. And BG dropped Chopper City. And then the last rap album that dropped in that year, December 10th, Redman dropped Muddy Waters.
It's a great
96 was a crazy ass year, dog.
96 was hard.
A lot of dubs went out.
Yeah.
A lot of
dubs went out, man.
Dubs got wrote in 1996, man. That's a lot of classic albums.
Yeah. Certified classic too. Certified, like
I didn't even name all the albums. I'm just going through the list, like what I deem is or know just off basis. Like I know that's a classic. Like it's a good ass year, man.
Shit.
Crazy, right? But yeah, like back to what we were saying. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, when it dropped, it didn't have the fan. Like, just the fact that Reasonable Doubt didn't go platinum until 01 is like, that says it all. It didn't go platinum until after Volume 2 went platinum. Volume 3 did all of that shit. The fucking Dynasty album and Blueprint, and then it went platinum. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reasonable Doubt was just not... I get it that, you know, now it's like the thing to do and go back and, oh, it was the greatest thing we'd ever heard and knew of and all Jay-Z, and we knew he was, you know, State Street and he was right there.
Yeah, we knew when he was rapping with what was the fucking group he was rapping with?
Fushnikins.
No. Original Flavor.
Original Flavor.
Okay. I'm thinking of the Fushnikins.
Yeah. Nah, I said you rhyme like the Fushnikins.
Yeah.
But
But he had music with the Fushnikins.
They wasn't fucking with Jay-Z like that. Because they got the 8-minute freestyle with him and Big L. L ran it.
Yeah.
Like, just ran it. Like, Jay was still trying to find...
Yeah.
He didn't have a style yet. Mm-hmm. So he ain't really find himself until the record with Babyface on the second album. Yeah. That, like, kind of got him more attention. But he was a straight underground. He's a book bag rapper. He started off as a book bag rapper. He wasn't atomically, but he was a lyrically, spiritually. Like, you know what I mean?
He said skill soul, truth be told. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like he started off on that underground shit. And then, you know, once he found his way, you know what I mean? Drug
could you
money started
imagine
rolling
Jay
in.
bombing atomically?
Yeah. Actually, I could.
It's horrible. You ever heard Jay bomb atomically?
I mean, I think all bombing atomically is pretty bad. So
No, but you know,
He bombed atomically the whole album with Jay Electronica.
yeah, that was you know, I saw today. I saw is this the greatest freestyle ever? Jay John from the B-Sides concert.
No.
Don't go with the flow, be the flow. No. Do you think that John is that? It was. Do you remember how hyped up that moment was?
Yeah.
Was that a good verse or was it overhyped?
It was overhyped. It was like a you had to be there type of thing. Like, and it's like, oh, we can't get this nowhere. So because we was there when it happened, it's like elevated. He has better freestyles.
Yeah, he got
than that.
way better freestyle. The Pump It Up freestyle is better than that.
The Pump It Up freestyle was great.
I mean, me and Chad had this freestyle conversation all the time, like how they put that Black Thought joint on the pedestal. It ain't fucking with Quilly Funk Flex joint. It ain't.
I didn't think when it happened, I didn't think it was better than Lola Lux Jones. Call me crazy.
Lux John was nuts. Yeah, you know how I grade the bomb atomically rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After your third pyramid, you know, yeah, you know what I mean. So
It's good for the moment. There's no staying power. Like I can listen to it, but tomorrow I'm probably not gonna revisit it.
what do you think? Like, cause y'all like older rap. So like the Mo D's and the KRS-Ones and the Big Daddy Kanes and the Rakims. What is it that makes it to where you have the ability to like grasp the lyrical, spiritual individuals, but then able to like get people who aren't rapidy raps to be like, yo, he all of that. Like, look at somebody like Lil Wayne. It's a lot of people that think Lil Wayne is like the best rapper ever.
Yeah. A lot
of them.
Even like niggas that criticized him, rappers, came back around and is like, I missed out on the whole Wayne era because I was being overly critical and being like a bomb atomically nigga.
Right.
Niggas like Hobson and niggas like that, like in the Tech Nines and all of that, then they came back around and is like, oh no, Wayne is the greatest.
But then you look and you see Wayne was doing shit where the bars weren't necessarily that complex, but he was taking beats and changing the format of what was done on the beat to where his format sounds better than people's original song.
Yeah, like y'all heard the song wrong.
Right. Yeah. Like when I hear Swag Surf, I hear them on it and they sound like they're trying to be on this, and that Wayne, it's like Wayne's record.
Yeah.
And he has that like 25. Think about like trying to be, show me what you got. He rapped so good on that, like his cadence was so good that Jay-Z straight hit him and was like, what's your whole thing?
Yeah, why would you do this?
Like, what's up with
this
you?
is my rollout. Budweiser's platinum.
What's wrong with you?
I'm
calling Birdman.
My meeting with Nabisco just got canceled because of this freestyle.
Yeah.
No, the Bomb Atomicals is finally coming around because it's like they was trying to hold on to what they had, so they didn't want to hear nothing else. But like once the Bomb Atomically seen there's still a market for them with the streaming and all that, I can still get money doing what I want to do.
Right.
Now it's like, all right, I'll listen to what they got saying.
Exactly.
And Wayne ain't super lyrically, but he know how to put them metaphors together. So metaphors is like one of the biggest.
Wayne's
in that field, that underground book bag
That's the
field,
connector.
The metaphor is the connector. And he puts the metaphors together. So now that makes the older people can relate to, oh yeah, that metaphor was a bomb. Like, because that's what you're just waiting for. That's the punchline.
Right.
Like, you waiting for that metaphor. Like, what are you going to say next? And then you be like, ooh. Like, you get the ooh, and you go back and dissect it.
Did you see the bull bomb atomically for KRS-One?
Yeah, I refuse to watch
that
it.
picnic? Did you see that shit?
I refuse to watch it.
Oh, he was rapping about the number 9. And he basically was giving you all these ways that there are 9 planets. There are 9 systems in the human body, and he was like reproductive, skeletal, nervous.
And he's on his papoose.
Yo. And he got so deep into it that he was like, the something is 9,999 times 9,999 times squared, and he was like, when he lost me was like, females. Something about the female reproductive system and and then this is the joint that really lost me. He was like, so when you look at the word feminine, you will find that if you really break it down, it's feminine. And that's when I was just like, all right, man.
I don't even memorize all that.
And he was like, yo, I got another one. And Karen was like, no, that's cool. Like,
wait till you hear 10.
Like,
wait till you hear 10.
You're fucking up my picnic.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy.
You're scaring the hoes, bro.
You're fucking up my barbecue.
Yeah, I knew the bomb atomically niggas had like kind of like leveled out and stopped being so judgmental when Talib Kweli was like, man, I had to realize, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pigeonholing myself. Like, I like to drink. I like to go have a good time. I like fat asses. It's like you created this image that you don't see nothing else other than like the pyramids and the ancient scriptures
and submersibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why, as far as like the bomb atomically niggas, Mos Def and Lupe Fiasco are in a class of their own, because from an early point in it, they realized like, yo, I'm gonna bomb atomically on this, but I'm gonna make these hit records too. Like, so Mos Def is like 1, 2, 3, Mos Def and Talib Kweli, but Miss Fat Booty over here. And he understood the art of storytelling.
That was my shit, though. 1, 2, 3. Mos Def and Talib Kweli. That was my shit.
And you still can bomb atomically on a mainstream level.
Yeah.
You just gotta tone it down.
Yeah.
You gotta make it work. 2 bar here, 2 bar there. You can't do 8 bars of bombing atomically. Yeah.
Since we going down the bar rabbit hole, can we talk about Jim Jones?
We have to.
And Pusha T?
Gotta talk about it.
How do y'all feel about it? Just real quick.
It's consumed. It's no real quick. We're gonna be on this for an hour.
Okay.
let's just throw the disclaimer out the window. There's no, because it's consumed my life in the last 48 hours. I'm talking to Young Legend. I'm talking to Love. I'm talking to people on Twitter, on people on Instagram. I'm in the YouTube comments. One of my YouTube comments blew the fuck up on the Jim Jones freestyle or whatever. And it's just one of them.
You was deep in
I'm
that.
deep in that. I've watched the Jim Jones freestyle 14 times already.
I'm going there.
Do it.
Listen.
Do it. They gonna be mad. Do it.
Jim Jones' energy on that joint.
He ran
it.
It might be his best fucking bars ever.
I said, I don't know who wrote this shit, but hey, let me tell you.
Hey, little dirty nigga in the back. What you got for me?
Filthy nigga on the come here. What you got?
That nigga checked his email. Max Speed sending the
Dear
best email
Jim,
like,
dear Jim, I heard you in a little trouble out
You
there.
have a collect call from, all right, what I'm supposed to say? Like, dog, Jim energy on that joint is all that. It's going to get him murdered.
Yeah.
But
it's going to get him killed.
yeah, but the energy he brought, because hip-hop right now is in like a weird little space for the year. There ain't much really, like,
it's the dead ball era.
Not trying to be funny. We at the point now where like the biggest hip-hop album of this year is going to be a nigga who been in jail for the last 2.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
He's had his biggest streaming day, 25.3
like,
million streams on Spotify.
Young Thug about to have the biggest album of the year, and he ain't been outside in 2 years.
And DJ Academic said, don't hold me to it. There's more coming. The deluxe is coming.
So it's like, yo, at the end of the day, rap right now is in a real stagnant, standstill place because Rick Ross got a car show. Drake got a jet. Lil Wayne is fucking whatever the fuck. Kendrick is, again, whatever the fuck. Like, Future is doing fucking, I think who's the thing for now?
Lon Von.
Lon Von. Like, rappers is doing a gazillion other things. So it's like, I'm still a rapper, ain't I?
Yeah, it's like, I gotta cut some records.
So the fact that all of the records that are coming out are NLE Chopper and NBA Youngboy.
And all females.
It's not rising to the level because in between, what would happen is you would have a Youngboy album every week, an NLE Chopper every quarter, whoever the fuck else, a Young Dirty, YDN Young Dirty nigga every 6 months, but you would still have the big dogs. You would still have the big dogs to carry the chart, and then you would fill it in with the Young Dirty niggas.
How we just talked about 96.
Yeah, but now when you only have
96, UGK, Outkast, Jay-Z,
Lil Kim,
like everyone was dropping. Nas, everybody dropped. So it's like we at a point now where you might not get a like for what it's worth, for Drake being Drake and having 500 million in a plane and all these fucking the Raptors work out at his house and all this crazy shit. Drake dropped more music than a lot of people.
Oh yeah, we gonna get to Drake. Drake is about to put out his about to put out his 4th album in 2 years.
Like Drake dropped a lot of music.
Actually, 4th album in 21 months.
Right, but a lot of these, like Kendrick dropped once every 4 or 5 years.
7.
You know what I'm saying? Rihanna's like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way a lot of
they gonna give me the whole Super Bowl and let me sell merch? I'm gonna put out... No, I'm lying.
Yeah. So, when it come down to it, you're relying essentially on younger people and the women now to carry it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say is the women where a lot of the music ain't really for me, them hoes is dropping.
No, they dropping.
Cardi's dropping. Meg dropping. Corey LeRae, they're dropping.
Cardi said she about to put out some more music.
They're just constantly putting out music. But when it comes to, especially like in the words of Pusha T, the veterans,
they absent right now.
They're just not around.
They've taken off the first half of the year.
You know why they absent? Because they doing television and radio shows. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why. I'd love to hear some new Cam music. Like
we had to know. We had to know that when Future got that 7,500 million, whatever, we was not seeing him all 2023.
7,500 million.
He's just buying bitches left and right. Like,
he bought like he bought a condo for like 15 million
in the Bentley building and another crib
and then bought a crib
million.
like 28 million or something. Like, it's just like, they're not even focused on this shit. No. But you look at Jadakiss was on The Breakfast Club and DJ Envy was like, yo, Jim Jones said he was mad at you because after the whole Versus shit, you didn't drop no music. Like, you should have dropped because you was just extremely
should have dropped everything.
And Jada was like, for all the crazy shit he's saying right now, that's correct. You know? Like, that's pretty correct. But he was like, I was more so worried about business and other shit. And it's just like, even in a situation where you got every eye on you in music, still no music.
You got a coffee company with your dad and your son. You got the juice bars with Styles P and whatever venture capitalist is backing that shit.
I'm going to go as far as saying the 2 or 3 weeks after Jada did what he did on that versus Dipset, that was like second coming shit.
He had an open runway to put out whatever he wanted and it was going to go.
Everybody was worried about, because everybody was kind of fucked up about it.
He was Mr. Versus.
Dog. And he didn't even drop no music. So it's just like, a lot of these motherfuckers just aren't really focused on dropping. So me personally, when I see Jim Jones say what he said in the interview in the car about, Pusha T and him not having the influence and not being in top 50, then Pusha T and Malice respond at the Paris Fashion Week. And that beat, do you like that beat?
I'm not mad at it. We talked about it the other day.
I like it, yo.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I like that beat. I want to hear everybody rap.
Actually, the runway makes the beat better. Like watching.
Yeah, the venue.
The venue.
It's a cool ass beat.
But I personally, be mad at me all y'all want. I like the way Jim attacked the beat better than what the clips did.
Like, he literally got on that beat from the word go. The second he handed that cup to that smoker, it was on and cracking.
Hold this for me, Barney.
Hold this. Fred, hold it. Hold this, Fred. And he got to it. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm not mad. Now, I've said that this shit been consuming me because I've been having so many different conversations and all that. Jim had a rollout for his diss record and all that. He put a snippet out, then they put the counter out and all of that for the countdown to the joint coming out and everything like that. And the funny part is I was talking to Love this morning. He's like, yo, rap beef at this big age is like kind of useless. Like, because we're 40, they're 50. Yeah. And it goes to the point that you're making about the fact that, like, there's just an absence of activity in the marketplace. So niggas is just doing whatever. I don't think nobody had a Jim Jones Pusha beef on a 2023 bingo card, but here we are. And because Jim has that irrational Harlem confidence, this is going to go on all summer. Oh, yeah. Like, this is never going to stop.
And Jim Jones is one of them people where it's like beefing with him is very interesting because it's like at any given moment there's like the looming possibility of like a melee.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I have that as one of my talking points here.
Okay.
So one was irrational Harlem confidence, and two is violence. At any given time with Jim Jones, whether he's on the receiving end or the giving end of violence, he's down to make it violent.
Yes, there's always the possibility of some type of melee.
True Life, he was on the L side of that. But violence. Freddie Gibbs, they won that one. Violence. Allegedly, they caught chinks in the elevator during the whole Max B and French Montana shit.
Remember the Rucker Park shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said chinks mentioning stacked bundles saved his life that night. He said I had 6 gorillas with me. They was gonna do chinks ridiculously dirty. And luckily he said, yeah, man, you know, what's going on with Stacks, da da da. And he's like, and that just lightened, like, killed the tension or whatever. But yeah, the Boston, there's a Boston nightclub video of Capo in the crowd. There was the Powerhouse incident.
I was about to say.
Niggas throwing chairs and he's throwing them back. Like, so there's always a looming threat of violence. And because of that, Jim has never shied away from beefing with superior MCs because it's like, I just punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Nas, I'm the Koofy smacker.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, like, so Pusha T is like a walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? By comparison, when you didn't beef with legends and came out of that shit unscathed.
Jim really said, I first seen him when I told Nas I'll smack off his coochie.
On a smooth R&B joint.
On an R&B with Trey Songz.
So Jim is down to get. We've seen Jim get chased out of Rucker Park.
Jim crazy as shit, man.
Jim is down to get violent. Fuck it.
Jim dead ass nuts, yo. Nigga dead ass ran out of Rucker Park. Nigga dove in the crowd and Powerhouse like Jim, bro, he don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck. He's a different nigga. So it's like, yo, when you have
I'm losing. Fuck it.
Give me that mic stand.
Yo, dog. Remember that what was the reality show he was on with
the nigga Maurice. It was the Love and Hip Hop, the original Love and Hip Hop.
That was the original Love and Hip Hop. The little Mexican thing. He pulled him down.
Say it in the camera.
Say it in the camera.
They had a 7-foot nigga. They had to blurt his face out.
Yo, Jim's silly as shit. Like, why the fuck you fucking with his little Mexican assistant, man? Like, straight up. But it's always the that's around.
He told Betha on the radio, yes, I am tough and I do tough things. They said, wow, you've changed, Jimmy.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. It seemed like everybody, at least from what I saw, you know, I'm on one app now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But from what I saw, it seems like everybody is like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is good. Like, do you think Push, I'm trying to word it the right way.
I know where you're going, but I'm gonna let you.
Let me follow me.
Let me get it together.
Let me get it together now. Do you think Push is fairly credited as this maniacal tear you apart? Is it the Drake John hanging over us like a
They think
cloud?
he's Thanos.
I'm not trying to be funny. I saw what Nas did with Ether, but to me, Nas doesn't have that like allure in like hip hop, at least from these younger motherfuckers, where it's like, oh, don't you mention that. But that's the way motherfuckers act. It's like, oh, don't you
Yeah, they think he's the boogeyman.
Like Push literally went and put out a whole song dissing him. And we talked about it on Patreon, where it's just like, you know, what'd he say? The reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. All of the shit Jim said in freestyle, he said first. He mentioned his jewelry. He mentioned the car. I don't buy watches. I buy collections. Like all of that shit. So is Jim just responding to what the fuck Push said? But everybody's like, oh man, Jim did this. Why would you respond to that? Oh yeah. And I'm like, yo, everybody now it seems like has this like, oh, this gonna be bad for Jim. Oh man, I hope Jim got his affairs. And like it's all of that shit.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I don't either.
I don't like that that's looming because at the end of the day, we've seen rap beefs that we expected to go a certain way go left. Remember the Meek Mill as a battle rapper talk that everybody gave us? He gonna tear Drake to shreds. Drake better not say nothing.
I got one that's worse than Meek and Drake. Do you remember when everybody was like Joyner Lucas going to tear Tory Frames out?
Oh, and Tory
Lanez
annihilated him.
And Tory Lanez put Joyner in a box.
Yeah.
And that fucked me up because I'm like, yo, Joyner Lucas can really rap. But Tory got like, no, nigga, I can really rap too. And it's just, I don't know. To me, it's just a weird energy.
I think that people overly credit Pusha with the fact that like he's this strategic diss machine or whatever, and it's like he gonna hit you when you least expect it, and he gonna expose something and blah blah blah. But it's like at the end of the day, he's only done that one time. All of the shit that he said about Wayne was like public fodder, like public information. And it's like at the time it stung because it was true, but it's like now you fast forward and Universal give a nigga $100 million and then you sell a portion of Young Money for another $100 million. Oh, we back shining like new money and you never touched that money. So how can you talk money to a nigga that you never had his money?
Right.
So it's like a little bit of like delusion attached to like the way that Pusha approaches some of these beefs also. And he knew that I can't talk the drug dealing shit to Aubrey, whatever. So I can't talk money to Aubrey. So I'm gonna just go a whole different like direction. And essentially, like the story of Adidon, although it burns and it burns bad, it's very TMZ, Wendy Williams-ish in nature. And niggas say, oh, he tore Drake apart, blah, blah, blah. Drake never had a #1 record before as a solo artist before that. He has like 19 after that. So if anything, he reignited Drake and just pissed the nigga off and turned them into the greatest artist of the generation by saying what he said. And a lot of the shit that he said was bullshit, for real. Like, because now we see videos of Drake with his father when he was a kid and all of this. So his dad was around. So it's like, you made it up.
Yeah, I think we all are in agreement that Pusha T is a better lyrical rapper than Jim Jones. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find many people outside of like Harlem and Nontre to say that.
Yeah, I think we like a 93 to 7% split on the we all agree.
But seeing Jim do that on that video, it's like, that's the Jim Jones shit.
Yeah. And who's to say that Jim's not baiting Push?
Like that he has that brolic energy that a lot of rappers don't really have. Like I said it last week on the Patreon, Push has that, he raps in that disgust cadence. What I say, what was the John?
Like he just sick of your life. He just sick of
you have no taste.
Yeah.
You just. But it was a line I said on the thing.
Your garage has one driveway.
Yeah, it's real. What was it, John? Lunch is a blessing and it's gonna slap, nigga. You at Wawa at the kiosk. I'm on the app, nigga. it's just disgust whenever he rap. And that's cool. Yeah. But matching someone who's coming from like decibel 100 screaming into the, it's just,
it's a style clash.
Biggie Pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is.
I give Capo an A for effort.
A for effort.
And I give him like a C+, B- for execution. I'm not mad at what he did.
I thought the execution was better than a C.
I'm willing to ride with whatever the consensus is.
I give it at least, and it was so funny because people like weren't really getting it. It's called the On the Block freestyle.
Yeah, people are making it like Jim created this platform.
Or like he lives there.
Yeah, like he lives by the trash bags. Like
the whole premise is called On the Block freestyle. Yeah. So he's
like
on
Chris Brown has one of these.
So he's on the block with niggas in Harlem.
Yeah, this is a huge platform.
And people are like, oh, Jim, that's cool, but when the mic cut off and he got to go back to sitting with the smokers, and I'm just like, what am I missing exactly?
You know what I hated about the initial analysis and people trying to tear Jim down on his response was niggas talking about, man, what's this beat? I don't like the beat. I'm like, it's the Clips beat, dickhead.
Oh yeah, I ain't seen none of that.
Y'all are just making up reasons to diss the nigga.
It's the beat that the Clips.
It's the beat that they dissed him on. I said, yo, if you liked the Clips, John, and you don't like Jim's because of the beat, you a dick rider.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You're a dick sucker. Yeah. Like, why would you want to be that? Like, give it a fair shake.
My biggest reason in liking it is because bringing the conversation full circle, what we just talked about with rap. Rap is a competitive sport.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be competition. Jay-Z essentially sharpened his teeth and made his name throwing shots at everybody.
Yeah.
Drake did the same shit. Biggie did the same shit.
Jay told Mino, you think niggas was shooting your fat ass out of cannons before. I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
Mino was the 9th member of Harlem World. Why are you engaging in this? Jay dissed J.O. Felony. Jay dissed like little dirty niggas we didn't even know. He was dissing DeHaven and Jazza, all kind of shit. Niggas that raised him. He just dissing anybody. He was on a rampage.
Drake said we move militant, but somehow y'all the ones tanking. There's no limit to where we can take this. Drake was just evil shit for no reason. We move militant, but somehow y'all the ones tanking. There's no limit to where we can take this. That's a triple entendre. That's a real good one, too.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, right?
Boy, good.
Boy, good.
Good,
like,
man.
And that's what rap is supposed to be. You supposed to talk crazy to motherfuckers. You're supposed to have the moments where you poke your chest out. The Control, Kendrick Lamar shit. Like, you supposed to have these moments.
Yeah, people was legit mad at Kendrick about that shit.
Yeah, you supposed to have that shit where you put everybody on edge to where you make everybody have an opinion one way or the other. That's what it's supposed to be. And that's the reason I like it. And yeah, it'd be nice to hear Push go back and do something and like, yeah, why the fuck not? It's cool to see some competition and some effort because we reached a point where a lot of the veteran rappers ain't really putting effort into what's going on and what the fuck they came in on. So it's kind of cool to see the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know the world has sped up, so you don't have months in between diss tracks anymore. But
yeah, niggas said Push got 48 hours. They was in the comments from the block. He got 48 hours. Like, no, he don't. Yeah. Like, he's sprung whenever the fuck he want.
Straight up. But yeah, I liked it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I like Jim's energy, man. I like the fact that it was a timely response, that he did it in his own venue. We gonna bring it back to the streets or whatever. And, you know, he dissed Malice. He went in.
He
like,
went in on Malice.
He said, your brother get in the bed, tell you to move over. Yo, shit crazy as shit. Like, y'all niggas sharing a bed. What size is the bed that they sharing? Is it a full? Is it a twin XL? Is it a queen size?
Yeah, I like that joint. He said, you mentioned my jewels. That was a cheap shot. These is VVS. These ain't the cheap rocks. Fucks with Jenna. You know what it made me think about? Remember the song from what album was that? Not Before Poem. With the one with the Trey song.
Oh, Harlem, Diary of Summer.
Diary of Summer. Remember the joint he had, Baby Girl? Remember that? It felt real in that vibe. The same exact way he was rapping on that 645, hard top white, big 4-5 for you hard rock side. Like, it was the same vibe the way he was rapping. And I like when Jim do that shit. So I fucked with it. I thought it was decent.
I love Jim, man. Like we said a few weeks ago, it's Capo.
Yeah, like
gotta fuck with Capo, man.
Yeah, I fucks with it. I enjoyed it. And the thing that I like the most about it is, like I said, and you know, I've come around. I like Push.
Yeah.
But Push has this like Loch Ness monster effect on like the rap community, where it's like, because of the Drake shit, the average motherfucker is like I said, oh, man, don't you say nothing about, you better not say nothing about, like, you got to get out of here.
Omar coming.
Yeah, put them blondes down. Like, it's like that shit now, and it's like, it's cool to just see somebody like, man, fuck this nigga, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rap my shit.
I said what I said, and now I'm rapping. Fuck him.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing people miss with the Meek and Drake shit, was like, Meek said all this shit. Yo, dude don't write his raps, all this shit. And Drake wrote some raps.
Yeah.
And he came down to the arena and spit them raps.
Drake put out a tester record and was like, oh, wait, you ain't going to respond to this? All right, now I'm going to finish his stupid ass.
Yeah. And dropped it. And it was one of the greatest tweets. I mean, I can't remember who said it. But you know, when what's the song they did to patch it up?
Oh, Going Bad.
Going Bad, whatever came out. And he was like, am I hearing this right? Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. And somebody quoted it too. He was like, bro, Meek be rapping about back to back like it wasn't about him. Yo. He was like, dead ass Meek act like he was on the team, and back to back came out about
back to
another
back
nigga.
haunted Meek, yo. Like, that shit Meek went on Flex and did his Flex freestyle 2 back to back.
Yeah.
And was like, yo, I always had to get on this joint. Like, you got me on this one, you know what I'm saying? But that's my man Drake. I talk to him every day.
Yeah. Back to back was crazy. That was a good
the whole lineup with the fucking CD, the cover, the Toronto Blue Jays.
We talked about it on Clint. Shout out Clint. We talked about it on Music is the Love Language.
Is that a world tour or your girl's
It's definitely a tier 1 diss. It's definitely one of the best diss tracks of all time.
I'm riding through Philly bumping AR Ab. Then you see Meek standing on the pink stage. Fuck AR Ab. I'm just like, oh God, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
And I always say you can tell what diss tracks are the best based off of what happens after it comes out. Like I say all the time, what makes Ether the best diss track ever to me was watching the Rockefeller members go and do interviews where they was like, man, it was bad. He got us. And you know what hammered it home for me that back-to-back was one of the best diss tracks ever?
When I saw the Philadelphia Eagles playing this shit at practice.
When niggas was at the fence. like
good niggas.
This track had niggas at the fence, bro.
Bitch ass nigga Drake.
Fuck is wrong with him?
He won't come over here so I can sock him. This nigga all this security.
I say it all the time. I never seen a diss track have niggas at the fence.
Niggas was at the fence, yo.
At the fence. So it's like you can't deny shit like that. Like when niggas show up at the fence, this diss track cut through, bro.
Yeah.
We is not feeling this shit.
Like, oh wait, we ain't got no shows? We don't have no shows because of this shit? I'm at the fence, bro. Take this ride with me.
One of the things I respect the most was when Kyrie said he said, man, it was a rough year and a half trying to pretend that shit wasn't hot.
Because Philly was riding.
Yeah, Philly was riding. But yeah, nah, it was...
North Philly, South Philly in particular, they was riding. They wasn't going for that shit. Man, that's corny ass nigga Drake.
We was over here.
Like, y'all missing. You want to get on this? God damn, this nigga spitting. This nigga getting busy. You want the headphones?
Remember on Menace Society? Man, come some of this boy. This nigga came with y'all ass.
Silly as shit. But yeah, man, I like all that competition shit. I think it's good for hip hop. I think it needs to happen. I think it should happen. And you know, like for all that happened when the Kendrick did the Control joint, it was all this. Is he dissing us? Is he praising us? And the only nigga that rapped about it, now granted he rapped 88 times, was Joe Buttons.
Yeah.
But it's like Joe Button was the only motherfucker who dropped anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, niggas was even the few people that did put out like a controlled quote unquote response beside Joe, they was like trying to make sure like, but I'm not dissing. Like it was all these disclaimers and shit attached to it versus just rap. That's all he did was just rap. Yeah. Like
this ain't a diss because I ain't trying to get in get my shit off. All
but I'm gonna rap to the same beat.
Yeah. It was very strange, man. Very strange. What else you got over there?
I don't know when the album is coming out, but Aubrey Hive, we gonna get in formation. Drake's new album is coming out called For All the Dogs. And one of the taglines to the album is hard feelings, harder dick for you hoes. Okay. And apparently he's been teasing this album going back to the CAU Morehouse Consolidated Homecoming that he did with 21 Savage. Mm-hmm. He had on like a sweatshirt or something that had the dogs on there or whatever. So he's been teasing this like, for a while now, going back to Her Loss. This is going to be Drake's 4th album in 21 months. He's put out CLB, September 2021. Honestly, never mind, summer of 2022. Her Loss, fall of 2022. And then now this album that's going to be coming out presumably sometime in July. He's also put out an ebook that dropped today, which is called Titles Ruin Everything, A Stream of Consciousness by Kenza Samir and Aubrey Drake Graham. It's like a coffee table book or whatever with like Instagram captions and lyrics and poems and like haikus and a collection of like thoughts from Aubrey and whoever the hell Kenza Samir is. He has rolled this out by... I don't know if this is troll marketing because they did the troll marketing with Vogue and all of that shit and Color Room and all of that for the Her Loss album, but the New York Post and a couple other papers have the book cover on the cover of the front and back cover of the newspaper today.
Like I said, for Drake to be at the top and the toppiest of the top, you can't knock that this nigga puts music out and he still does mad features. He got 2 features on the fucking new Young Thug album. Like, he got 2 features on Future's album. He's got a feature on Trav. Like, he don't stop. It's really a machine.
And he just put out one of the best hip hop albums of last year with him and 21 Savage, which was the #1 streamed album of 2022, even though it came out in fucking November.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, the power of Drake is very apparent. Like at this point, 21 Savage's monthly listeners is like 60 million or some shit. And that's the Drake effect. That's the effect of having 15, 16 songs with fucking Aubrey. It boosts your shit up significantly or whatever the fuck. And, you know, I'm interested to see what the album sounds like. I think that, you know, kind of coming off her loss and just that pocket that he was in, he got kind of criticized and a little bit excoriated from, like, some of the woke media, whatever, about, like, oh, he's 36 years old. Why is he still rapping about this and being misogynistic and blah, blah, blah. And he's just taking the point of just saying,
like, this is my life,
I'm
bitch.
doubling down. Like I'm, what's the bet stake? I'm placing all of the chips on the fucking, you know
like,
what I'm saying?
I hate to be that guy, but it's like, I'm hitting everybody's queen.
I'm a rich international playboy.
I have a jet. I hang out in Turks. Like, what do you? I haven't picked up a backpack in I don't know how long. What am I supposed to rap about?
Yeah. He's not even 40 years old. He's already, or if he's not there, he's on the trajectory of being a fucking billionaire. Nicki Minaj literally said it when she was getting on air Drake. She said, yo, this nigga Drake is the only billionaire I know that don't want nobody to know he's a billionaire. It's just like, this motherfucker is rich as hell. And Nicki Minaj is wealthy.
Yeah, when you talk about, like, it's funny because we were talking about this shit the other day, like how net worth and all these different things work. Like, you would have to think that his his worth to the music industry,
it's insurmountable. You can't really calculate
quantify. Yeah, like you would have to think, like, when you mean this much to this many musical situations, like how you just talked about. 21 Savage career has essentially like 3 times itself
in one album cycle.
Yeah, like.
In one fucking album cycle. I'm on Spotify right now. Let's pull up 21 Savage. We're going to look at his monthly listeners. All right, artist, 21 Savage. 58,336,000 monthly listeners. His #1 song right now is Creepin' with The Weeknd. That one's got 700 in Metro. That's got almost 800 million streams. Rich Flex is second with 544,000. Jimmy Cooks is third with 585,000. Glock in My Lap, which is him and Metro from the Metro Thuggin' Part 2 album, is 322 million. Spin About You is 182 million. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's like, by comparison, Lil Baby, we said last week, has the most platinum singles out of any of, you know, the new artists or whatever that are out right now from his, like, contemporary class. He's got 31 million monthly listeners. He got 31 platinum singles. You know what I'm saying? So by comparison, you talking about double the fucking market share of what 21 Savage got versus fucking Lil Baby. And that includes international listenership and all of that shit. So can you imagine how rich 21 Savage is if we've been seeing Lil Baby buy every car on earth the last 3 years?
Well, all of that celebrity network, all of that shit is guesses.
Yeah, it's all calculations. It's like we saw Kanye lose how many billion of 4 billion in net worth in a day? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so we literally had Forbes challenge Kanye on using the net worth calculation that they used when he submitted his net worth to say that he was at 6.6, and they like, this nigga at 4.4. Like, it's like, I'm using your calculation.
At the end of it, like, you can't, there's too much money that goes on.
Yeah.
You got too much underhanded money. Like, who was it on one of them shows, like, I'm worth something that the government knows about? And it's just like, yeah, it's all, like, kinds of shit like that.
Like, literally, Nick Cannon is never on the Forbes list. Nick Cannon's value to Viacom is probably in the $500 million a year range. Okay. Wild 'N Out is on every fucking Viacom channel. They have their own channel. They're touring in arenas. 85 South, which came from Wild 'N Out, just had the #1 fucking show on Netflix this past fucking week. And Nick Cannon has 92 children that he has to take care of. So can you imagine how much money Nick Cannon is making?
Look at, what was the CEO of the Beanie Baby shit? Ty Warren?
Yeah.
Like, remember, he got indicted on the strip that he was putting all that money overseas and shit. They literally was like, yeah, like 107 million that he never reported.
Yeah.
That he had in, like, offshore accounts.
Yeah, why would I?
And they literally,
Fuck y'all.
they was like, what threw him was the fact that he basically was filing taxes that the company was at a loss. And they was like, nigga, Beanie Babies is the hottest shit on the planet. Yeah, man, we took a loss. What you want from me?
Can't be a boss, you take a loss.
Can't be a boss. You take a loss. What What you want from?
The fuck you mean?
They indicted that nigga, and then the judge was like, they did some more digging. He had donated $53 million, so that's why the judge gave it, like, went easy on him, didn't give him no crazy sentence or whatever. And judge was like, nigga, how the fuck you at a loss and you donate $53 million this year? It's like, that's part of the law. That's part of the law.
Philanthropy.
He had tucked a bean though that year just overseas. So it's like,
we operating at a what? Oh yeah, no, put that to the side. I'm gotta put that to the side.
Report that they want 33%. I'm in the top of the earth.
You gotta put that to the side.
Oh,
so yeah, I mean, it's commendable to see Drake continue to perform at such a high level, so deep into his career too, and just continue to just like extend his run. He's literally the LeBron James of the fucking rap game, where it's like, yo, you would think that at this point he should start to tell off. By this point in Wayne's career, 14, 15 years in, he definitely was starting to fall the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? His, not in terms of ability, but just in quality of some of the releases and not being properly produced and A&R'd and releasing like just bullshit, dumbass songs and stuff like that nobody seemed to give a fuck about. But even with that being said, there was still like, you know, a level of economy around Wayne because he is a certified legend. But Aubrey's like quality just don't dip. Like he doesn't go below a certain line. You know what I'm saying? And he identifies the perfect everything for collaborations and all of that shit. Who to give a song to, who to feature on his songs, like all of that shit. Like Kodak Black said, I got like a whole folder full of Drake records. I'm just not putting them out because why the fuck he not putting them out? But that's just some Kodak shit. Like that's just some like... But he's like, Drake send me records all the time. I got like 6, 7 Drake records, but like, fuck that. He need to put these songs out. Put me on your shit, homie. Not me on you on my shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. But yeah, I'm be nice to hear some more Drake music. I'm always going.
We need it. We need a jolt. You know what I'm saying? And like it started with you know, with Dirk. He gave us a nice little jolt, and I love the Dirk album. Then Gunna's album came out, which I'm not listening to, but people seem to enjoy it. Thug's album is beautiful. It's so good. And if you don't think it's good, I hate you because it's a really good album. It's 15 songs. It's executive produced by Metro. Weezy's got some beats on there. Metro's got the majority of the beats on there. The features are top notch. It's Future. It's 2 Drake features. It's 2 Travis. It's 2 21 Savage. Lil Gotit is on there twice. His other artist, B Slime, is on there. Uzi's on there on a banger of a record. I think this is an excellent album. Is it so much fun? Is every single song like a smash hit, like 21 smash hits in a row, like so much fun? No. But it's a very, very good album. It's a well-produced album. It passes the car test. It passes the crib test. I got surround sound in my crib. That shit sounds lovely on the Samsung surround sound. And I really legitimately enjoy this album, like on some no bias. Because when I first heard it, the first 4 songs, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I had to change the venue because I was playing it on my phone. And then I played it in the car. Then I came back, played it in the crib, cleaning up and all that. And I'm like, nah, this shit go.
Yeah, I played it in the car a little bit. The Party on Cleveland shit I like. I really like the joint with Uzi. The joint with Future, what's it called? Cars Bring Me Out. Bring Me Out. That shit is all that. The joint with Drake that Oh You Went is
they saying online, they saying on the chat niggas that they said Drake gave they said that his crooning on Parade on Cleveland is so delightful, and he gave a generational performance on Oh You Went. Yeah. Like he's popping it. Yeah. Popping it. I love Abracadabra. I love Uncle M. Cars Bring Me Out. Gucci Grocery Bag. I hated it at first. I love it now. Want Me Dead with 21 Savage is a banger. Jonesboro is probably the best song on there. With the Racks, which was Travis, Lil Gotit, and 21 is another banger. I think the sequencing is throwing people off a little bit. The sequencing is a little fucked up. And because of that, it's like that kind of like knocks the project down a little bit. But I can make a case that every song is good to great, and a couple of them are excellent. I think this is a really, really strong album, especially a collection of throwaways that Metro and Weezy and Drake had to piece together in order to make like completed songs and made it what it is. This is a great fucking album, man.
Yeah, I gotta try it again. Like you said, the sequencing threw me off.
Sequencing is fucked
like
up.
The on beat, off beat, they ain't really got it together.
Yeah.
Like when you remix some vocals, you should always make the beat on top of the beat that was already made. Sync up the BPMs and then delete the original beat. Because just trying to drop an acapella on a pre-made beat.
Yeah.
Is
you got to resequence the beat around the vocal at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, it sounds pretty good on first listen.
I love it. I can't hold you. I love it. Shout out to Breakfast Bars. I got the pinned comment on Breakfast Bars right now for my analysis of the album. I think it's excellent. And, you know, right now, I don't know if this is just the tide swinging in Thug's favor, but all the online polls is like, whose album is better, Thug or Gunna? Thug is smoking Gunna on every single poll. Now, you go into some of the comments, is more split or leaning toward Gunna or whatever, but all the online polls, Twitter, IG, YouTube in particular, Thug by far and away, like 65-35, 85-15, they're giving it to Thug right now, and I think it's a phenomenal album. I love this album.
Yeah, straight up. Can we get a little serious?
Yeah, for sure,
Have a conversation, man. I had a conversation with a young lady who's a big fan, big supporter of the show, and we just was having a conversation the other day. We wound up just talking, and we were talking about expiration dates. And I'm like, this is something Chad could get besides himself.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And do you believe that everything has an expiration date?
It's literally one of my life mantras. It's something that I live by. Everything has an expiration date. Well, probably with the exception of family, but I'm not averse to cutting family off.
Actually think friendship can go further than family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you choose your friends. You don't choose your family.
Exactly.
I had a conversation.
I picked you two niggas.
Yeah.
Y'all go left.
I inherited Dan, but I kept him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met Dan through my cousin, who I love my cousin. I admire my cousin. I look up to him, everything. But I fuck with Dan more. Like, fuck with Dan way more. Dan has done way more for me.
I told you, it's so funny looking
at
how things go back. Because once me and Dan, we was on just a ride to New York, and we kind of figured out, like, who Dan was around, I was also around. And, you know, it wasn't too many motherfuckers that I really knew at that time, because I was like the young boy technically in that crew.
Yeah.
And then like Dan's running it down, and I'm just like, oh no, like me and his brother was super cool, and I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah.
But I'm like, and I'm telling him, I'm showing him pictures of me like at the shop, and he like, I can vaguely remember you being. I'm like, yeah, because I was like the young boy who I wasn't in the mix to all that shit. You know, I was going to the fest, but I wasn't in none of that. I just came to gamble. You know?
Yeah, you wasn't participating in the paperwork party.
Oh, y'all, I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? You remember you opened the door to the office and some shit be going.
We read the transcript notes. I'll be back. I don't have nothing for y'all.
Y'all want something from McDonald's? Yeah. But it's just like, yo, you do pick who you like be cool with. But we were just talking about like getting to a point where you realize like, damn, did the expiration date hit and I just missed it? And I'm like, we have a tendency in the black community to just like say, fuck expiration. You know, we're putting batteries in the freezer.
Yeah. Shit
like that. Yo, smell these greens. What do you smell when you smell these?
When you get a whiff of this.
Yeah. Do these smell bad?
One more day or immediately throw away.
You ever like been in a black household, you smell this. What you like? That's garbage. Put that shit.
How long has that been in there?
That's garbage. Like, and that's kind of how we be when it come to people. Like the expiration date will hit, and we know it hit, and we still don't be like.
And then you'll be operating on borrowed time, and then because y'all supposed to be apart, shit starts happening that speaks directly to the fact that this is over.
Yeah.
Whether it be a friendship, a relationship, a familial relationship, whatever it is. And it's like
a work situation,
all of that shit. Like there's literally studies that say from Forbes, from Fortune, from Esquire magazine that say if you are at a job longer than 24 to 36 months, you are likely operating on borrowed time unless you are being rapidly promoted within that organization. Mm-hmm. Because at some point, the year-to-year, cost of living raises that you get, you flatten out compared to the marketplace of what switching jobs would offer you, whether it be the terms of like a signing bonus, a relocation bonus, whatever it is, you're missing opportunity just by having that complacency of staying in one place. Right. So it's the same thing with relationships. It's like, yo, if I'm with this girl and she's a fucking headache, the head is phenomenal, but she's also giving me a headache. So I'm getting my head knocked off both ways. Mm-hmm. And I stay in this too long, I could be missing out on a phenomenal woman. Or I could be missing out, take it further, I could be missing out on a business opportunity because I'm so blinded and inundated with this toxic relationship that I'm not doing the personal development I need to enhance my life in other areas.
Right, straight up. And I was more so like, we kind of got in a conversation. It was like, you know, she's like, do you think everything has one? I'm like, yeah, I think it's one of those things where we have a tendency to, like I said, the expiration date will hit July 19, 2020. What is 23? Maybe I can, like that's how we are.
Yeah.
And you 3 years past due with talking to somebody. And the biggest thing for me, I'm realizing at this point in life where it's like, yo, you can't be annoyed or bothered when the date hit.
No, you just gotta accept it for what it is.
You just gotta, the shit is over.
I got a lot of friendships recently that I've outgrown, like the last 3 years.
Bruh,
like
listen.
2020 to now, I've got so many friendships that I've outgrown, and we haven't necessarily like had the conversation, but it's like, yo, you really don't serve me no more. Like, there's really like nothing here. Like, we're grasping at straws.
And people miss that part where you have people that are like, oh, you know, motherfuckers are users of this and the third. And one thing I think you said, and I think Dunbar said it one day, was like, I want to be useful. I don't want to be misused.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're supposed to be useful to your friends and to your people and to whoever the fuck is in your life. But we have a tendency to like misuse and claim that if I can't misuse you, you on some bullshit.
Yeah, people will get mad at you because they can't manipulate you or control you.
And you just be like, dog, like, it don't got to be that hard. If you just don't have a mutual level of respect or care for me, I'm lost as to how you mad at me that this situation goes left and I just decide we just never gonna speak again.
A telltale sign of a toxic relationship, whether it be a friendship, a dating relationship, or a family relationship, is if a person is mad at you because you tell them no, or because you're just non-compliant with whatever the fuck they want, and they're legitimately mad at you and they gaslight you around that, that's a telltale sign of a toxic relationship, because non-compliance is not the same as like me disrespecting you. I just don't agree with what you want me to do.
Right.
That shouldn't be a problem. You can restate and reposition your inquiry or your ask of me, and it might make sense. But just this one particular way that you're asking me to do this, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't serve me. And it may not even make sense to you. You just being stubborn or just being unreasonable or reacting on the fly to something where you think this got to happen like this right now.
Right.
And me not being compliant doesn't mean that like I'm disrespectful, I'm hard to get along with, or none of that shit. I just don't see it how you see it. And I've been in situations like that with women where it's like, oh, you're just an asshole. And it's like, no. I just don't, like, you on some bullshit. Like, this is gonna lead to a crash out, and I'm not gonna crash with you. So not only am I telling you that I'm not taking this ride with you.
Who's the new rapper? I like him a lot. I think he's from LA. I like the way he raps. What the
Simba?
I think that's his name.
Funny hairline, wear a lot of glasses and shit. He got the Gangsta Girls with DJ Drama.
I don't know what he got with drama, but I saw somewhere he was rapping and he was like, I will never let a woman make me feel less of a man because I don't want to buy her a Birkin. Like, and just the way he was rapping, it's just
he's
like,
from Oakland.
Yeah, I knew it from Cali.
Yeah,
so what did I say? LA?
Yeah,
you can tell he got a Cali tone to him. But like that shit where it's like, you can't make me feel less than because I'm not letting you run this or abuse it. It don't work like that.
Me not letting you run your movie doesn't mean that I'm fucking, stopping the production on it. I just don't want to be a part of this motherfucking circus.
And
like,
one thing I've realized over the last couple of years, especially like the last 4 or 5 years, where it's like, yo, people really don't have your best intentions.
Fuck no.
They like you. No, I'm not joking. Like again, like and it's funny because shout out Deke, and Kara. We was having a conversation the other day. Like growing up in Penrose, I like at times I wish I would have saw a little bit more fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't have this blind trust in humanity. I would understand that people really ain't shit. People really are just terrible. Yep. And I would also understand that people flip, that people change. Because here goes the crazy part. My family, no one ever got divorced.
Right.
There were no broken homes in like my aunts, my grandparents, my cousins. I just never saw it to where I understood people going from love to hate.
Right.
Or people realizing that they'll steal all your money or get your mom pregnant. Like I never saw this shit. So now that I'm an adult at times, I have trouble. When I hear crazy stories, I have trouble probably like, wait, he did what? She did what? Like what?
Yeah.
And because I blindly at times want to believe that everybody's just good, that everybody's just front facing, everybody wears their sleeve on their heart. But then you get out here and you realize, like, no, but people really don't have your best interests at heart. They don't give a fuck what happened to you, for real, for real. And I've just gotten to a place in the last couple of years where I kind of like shelter it off. And now I'm super like, if I see one thing that I'm just not feeling, I'd rather just go over here.
I'm the one thing king.
And I was and I was telling her, I'm like, here's the reality. I know what's up with you. Yeah. I know what's up with Jules. I know what's up with Rod. I know what's up with my man Steve. Like, I know what's up with y'all. It's a lot of motherfuckers that I like interact with or have association to because of social media, everything. Right. But I can't go out and just be like, yeah, I know what this person has going on. You can't
bet it all on them.
Because what if you just robbed a drug dealer? What if you just beat some chick up? What if you just took some pussy? What if you just broke in a fucking car? I don't know what the fuck y'all be doing. Yeah. So because of that, I'm real over here because I don't even want to be associated close to things because I don't do anything. Right. I be kind of just mind my business and be the fuck over here, and I like it like that. Yeah. And that's the part that makes it kind of crazy where it's like, I got this whole fucking force field around me where I don't be at shit, bother shit. So it's like, for me to let you into that and be cool and you still be goofy is just like, you didn't think this one out, did you?
At all.
And, you know, I've gotten to a point where I personally do believe everything does have an expiration date. And I never was that person.
And you almost have to operate that for your own protection because you'll stay a part of something for an extended amount of time that no longer serves you. And then the energy will flip and then you'll be the one on the receiving end of the bullshit or whatever because it's more likely that somebody that's operating on like a negative plane or not having nothing going on is going to drag you down before you pull them up.
Exactly. And you like Nipsey said it best. Everybody can't go. That's just reality. Like everybody can't go. And I want everybody to go bull. Like I want everybody to tag along. But you realize you can't have it both ways.
And what you got to realize is, even in you wanting everybody to go, that's cool. That's an altruistic sentiment. However, are they willing to put in the prerequisite work in order to either help you or help themselves get to the next level? If not, if it's not a benefit, then it's automatically to your detriment. Yeah, because if you're not growing and you're just staying stagnant, that means that whoever else is competing for whatever you're competing for, whether it be life success, the American dream, you want to get this car, whatever, if they're constantly elevating and you're just remaining flat as a result of your circle of influence, you're losing by default.
And it's weird. Like, I've just gotten to a place where I have no problem with losing anybody if I just feel like the respect just isn't there.
Respect is key.
Like, there have been friends, there have been people we was around that like, where it's just like, you know what? I just don't feel like the level of respect is where it is. So before I wrap a fucking pipe around your head, or before we get into
let's chuck the
deuces up. You can go over there, I can go over here, and then we really never have to speak or deal with each other. Because for me, that's my biggest thing. I give respect. It don't matter if I like you or not. I'm going to give you just the respect as a human being because I have a father. That's what I was kind of taught to do. Yeah. Just respect everybody and give them their proper due. So when I don't see that, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go here.
And I righteously fall back from people, cut people off, etc., because I know I treat people super good. Like, yo, and my track record speaks for itself, where it's like all my fucking high school friends that I had are still my friends. I still talk to them. We still hang out here and there. We still communicate via social media and all of that on a day-to-day basis. These were my friends. I selected them. My man Ronnie, you know what I'm saying? You know, my man Kabir, Hamza, that's fucking training Steph Fulton and all of that. Like, these are my friends that been my friends. They still my friends. We don't hang out or kick it every day, but I know if I'm in a jam or I need assistance or I need some advice, I can call them.
It's funny because I was having a conversation the other day about how you just pick up, because we was talking about like Deke having so much love, and shout out to his village. Like they are, y'all have been amazing, but it's just, you pick up people as you go through life. And you look at me, I'm from Penrose. I got real live Penrose, Rod, Jules, Steve, C. Like, I got real live Penrose homies that are my homies for life. Yeah. But then I got Pepper homies that are my homies since Pepper. I got Saul homies like Juan, Claude. I was just talking to Rush the other day. I'm going to work out with Claude. They my homies for life. Yeah. Where it's like, you just pick up people as you go along. And if you just a good person and put good out, you're not gonna have many people that just like, I have people who don't like me, and you'll get people that is just like, for what?
Right.
Like what the fuck did he do? Like, and it's just like, yeah, I didn't do anything. I just existed. And for whatever reason, you know, parents was on crack. You know what I'm saying? You born on that shit. Your neurons don't fire off the right way. Next thing you know, you don't like me. You know what I'm
protons
saying?
and electrons ain't doing what they supposed to do.
And one of the biggest things I just always try to be is just kind and just respectful and just decent. And I don't know where we got to where a lot of things that go on now aren't kind, they aren't respectful, they aren't decent. So that's where we have all these issues and all these problems and all this drama and trauma. It's because nobody wants to be kind, nobody wants to be respectful, nobody wants to be decent. You got motherfuckers that are just looking to argue and go at it. Me and Kev was riding down Lancaster Ave. The nigga pulled into the spot, and the nigga was getting out, opening his door. He was like, damn, dog, you almost hit my door. He was like, well, you see me parking, and then Kev like, swinging, let's get the fuck out. And it's just like, because that shit will end in a triple shooting. And it's just like, bruh, like, y'all, it's too much aggression, it's too much anger, it's too much vile. And it's like, for what? We just in a weird, it's just a weird spot. Yeah. But I just have gotten to the point, me personally, I was having a conversation where like, yeah, I don't would they lifetime? I don't lifetime anything just because you just never know.
You gotta protect your peace. You have to audit your circle.
Yellow button that.
Yeah, you gotta protect your peace. You gotta audit your circle, and you gotta operate selfishly at times and knowing like where you're going. And that speaks to being goal oriented, having the end in mind, and all of that shit. And it's like, yo, part of being goal-oriented and being a driven individual is knowing when situations no longer serve you, they got to get the fuck off the train because you got to make room for the people that are going to help this motherfucking train, help the engineers and all of that shit on this train move faster to accelerate your goals.
And something else I've realized is just how unstable people are. And people that are unstable have a tendency to come around and try to make you unstable with them.
Yeah.
And you be like, no. My feet don't move. These yours is planted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty solid with what I do and who I am. You can't really flip that because you have a bunch of, you ever meet the motherfuckers where it's like, they got a new phone number every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You live a very tumultuous life.
Yeah, they constantly moving.
Yeah.
Like you got too much going on.
Man, I found out recently that like us three in this room and like 8 more people, we the only ones paying rent. Like everybody else is getting motherfucking CPNs and just burning them Jones out till it's time to move and then buy a new CPN, pay the deposit to move in, and then repeat the process. Niggas been doing this shit since 2020.
And how does that work?
So basically how it works is you buy a CPN, which is a credit privacy number.
I'm all ears.
You buy a CPN.
Here come Dan back.
You buy a CPN, which is a credit privacy number, which is essentially a randomized alternative SSN. Now, the companies are starting to get hit because they have CPN detection software now, whatever, that's like, yo, is this sequential and, prerequisite, commensurate rather with like social security numbers and when they were issued and all of that. So they have CPN detection software now, whatever the case may be, if you're trying to get one now. But a lot of these companies don't invest in this shit, so they don't know. So a motherfucker might go pay, for a good CPN, you're going to pay $1,000, $1,500, something that's already firing off. They got trade lines attached to it and all that shit. They got credit on it, a register score and everything. So you can go get approved for apartment. Most of these luxury apartments require a minimal or no deposit because they got like the lease lock shit where you could fucking subscribe to this service and it protects you against having to put out a security deposit. So you go get a lease lock subscription, you pay $20 a month or whatever the fuck for that. So you moving into this apartment with no fucking subscription, no security deposit. And if you move in mid-month or partial month, you only going to pay the prorated portion of the rent to move in. So you might pay $300, $400, $500 to get in somewhere that's a $2,000 apartment. Boom. So now you in this $2,000 apartment for the $1,500 or whatever that you pay for your CPN. Somewhere as cheap as $300. So you in there for anywhere between $300 to $1,500 plus the prorated portion of the rent, and then motherfuckers might pay the first month rent, they might not, and then they just let it run until the shit ends up in landlord-tenant court, and then they leave and repeat the process. And they can use that same CPN that they already bought to get a new apartment because it's going to take so much amount of time before the reported eviction even hits your credit.
We gotta start scamming, man.
And that shit is like,
why are we trying to do legal business?
Yeah, that shit is like the biggest shit going on right now. Like Detroit, Atlanta, South Florida, Philly to a lesser degree. They cut all of that shit out for the most part. Like because you know, what's the name of the Greystar, the fucking rental company? That's actually one of my leasing company also. But fucking Greystar, they got all of that fucking detection shit and all that. Like they not playing that shit, so they Xing a lot of motherfuckers out or whatever just because they got the super up to date technology and they're all over the United States and shit. But you go find some independent landlord somewhere or whatever. Man, you fuck around and live somewhere 2 years before you fucking get evicted. Because then you got squatters' rights on top of the whole fucking eviction process. Like it end up being crazy. You might go live somewhere and you might have put out at maximum $3,000. You end up living there for 8 months, 16 months, 2 years sometimes.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, but motherfuckers is doing that, and I brought that up to speak to your point of motherfuckers is moving all the time and shit like that. That's why, because a lot of these motherfuckers live in a CPN lifestyle, or they just signing up for shit based on like the hope that some financial windfall is going to come through on the back end and they can afford it, and it's pushing them to the limit. But if one thing go wrong, they car break down or this and this and this, now you fucking out the apartment. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, you got to pay for somewhere to live before you pay for anything at this motherfucking point. Two things you don't not pay: where you gonna live and your motherfucking insurance. You can skip your car note, pay the insurance, because worst case scenario, you know, woof. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you always pay your car insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Worst case scenario. That's funny.
I'm not encouraging it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had another conversation the other day with a guy who's a big supporter of our show. I won't say his name because he didn't sponsor this episode. But we were talking about self-care as black men.
Yeah.
Do you have any self-care routines?
I mean, a lot of times my biggest self-care stuff is I like to get my nails done. I got a nail salon spa in Manayunk that I like to go to. I go get my motherfucking nails done, you know what I'm saying? Get my hair cut. I'm big.
Car clean.
Get my car clean, you know what I'm saying? I'm big on getting massages, no Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? Go to the motherfucking Logan Underground Spa or go to the Four Seasons.
Were you paying attention to the conversation at the table at the Frisco's Grill?
Yeah.
Where they talk about how to hand the ball?
Yeah. It's sick. It's sick. I took notes, mental notes, but it's some sick shit.
I won't speak on that, but shout out to
it's like you gotta ball it up here and then you
right.
flick it, and then if they take it, then they down with the. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying?
This conversation ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Slide the dub up. You know what I'm saying? Just leave it there. You know.
Yeah. But one of my big self-care
That's funny
things
as
is going to get massages. I found that it relieves an incredible amount of tension. It definitely, is relaxing. And for that time, that 60 minutes, that 50 minutes, that 90 minutes, however long, I'm getting a massage, I get to just relax, be at ease. I don't have to worry about my phone. I ain't got my screen in front of me. I ain't got nobody bothering me or inundating me with text messages and shit like that. And that's literally my fucking time.
True story. I've never gone and got a massage.
Oh, no, it'll change your life.
I've gotten massaged.
Yeah.
I'm a player.
No, it's the best shit on earth,
I've never walked into a store can I get one massage?
No, I see how Deshaun Watson got addicted to this shit.
I think it's because there's no Deshaun. And you know what I'm saying? I like getting massages, but I need my Deshaun
afterwards.
Yeah, but I've never just gone in somewhere is Leslie here? Yeah, tell her, you know what I'm saying, tense around my shoulder. I've never done that. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I have a self-care thing. And that's what the conversation was sparked about. And I get my nails done. I've gotten really into hand health. But to me, that's not self-care. It's just no,
but it is, because it's if you're sitting there, even if you still in your head or in your thoughts or whatever, you don't have your phone in your hand. You know what I'm saying? It's that's your time to free yourself for that 30, 40 minutes, whatever it is.
I don't be that free because mentally I'll be like, what these bitches talking about? Because they be going to town with that, what's the Oriental language? I don't even know if you can say Oriental.
You definitely can't. That's super racist
what's
in
the,
2023.
What's the language?
Mandarin, Cantonese.
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying. So it's because I don't know.
I don't care.
I do. Because why I was quiet before I sat down. Now you're just it's just all the screaming and yelling and shit. I want to know what's being said. So it's to me that ain't self-care. A lot of people say the gym.
Yeah.
But to me, the gym isn't self-care. I don't care selfly when I'm in the gym. You know, I'm pumping that motherfucking iron.
Yeah,
like,
doing a mission.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this shit for the children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, maybe I need to find a real good self-care. Like, you know, some people go to the range.
Yeah.
But to me, that's not like to be honest, my hands be hurting after the range.
Yeah.
Some people consider shopping to be self-care.
That used to be one of my self-care things, but then over time, I've just kind of like looked around and seen all the bullshit I've accumulated, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
I wear T-shirts and shorts. I got 2 sections that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Once I breeze through this thing, ain't much self-care going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in there getting tailor fitted and that ain't me.
But yeah, I'm just very specific about the places that I go because it is a self-care experience for me. So like the nail salon that I go to, they got the fucking lava mask and shit that they put on your feet, and you know they.
See, I'm scared to take my shoes off.
Hey man, you just gotta grin and bear it. You know what I'm saying? Hardest time to do something is the first time, player.
Yeah, I take my shoes off. It look like I got more shoes on.
Yeah, well, see, I'm borderline like a foot model. You know what I'm saying? I just got white ass feet. So it's like, so typically they just like, oh, you got nice feet, like the Asian ladies and shit like that.
Yeah, where was we at somewhere you had your feet? I think it was in LA. You had your feet.
Yeah.
Somewhere we was at, you had your feet out. And I was just like, damn, you a foot out nigga now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I had socks on in the booth. I keep it gully,
knee
right?
socks.
Arthritis socks.
No, these compression. They gonna keep the circulation circulating.
Right, I don't got diabetes, but I just like the way they feel.
So yeah, so I'm just very particular about where I go. And when I find somewhere that gives me the level of service that I like, I stick with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I get my nails done, I go to a certain place. I don't go nowhere else. When I get my massages,
I do have a nail lady that I work with at the place I go to. I'm not gonna mention because they don't sponsor the show, but she only works Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. Only day she apparently the rest of the week she's probably doing some Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
At another dojo or something.
Going rogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Underground activity.
Yeah. She's like, remember, she only here Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm like, where y'all got her working at when she not here? What are you talking
Private
about?
client.
Private client. Big star. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like
throw football.
Yeah.
Really good. Throw football.
But yeah, I really, really would like to know if y'all could reach out to Chad on Twitter, you know what I mean? And Chad will
relate a message. Y'all do it anyway.
Yeah. You know, I'd like to really, really come up with like a good, you know how we do lists on the Patreon? Like good self-care ideas for black men. Kev the other day was like, I'm looking for self-care and completely ignoring the fact that I have a convertible. I feel better now. And it's just like, well, yeah, not everybody has a fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, finding these self-care things, I think it's important.
It's very important,
you know,
because life is tough, man. This shit is hard enough. Where it's like when you just have so much like beating down on you that you need that release. You know, what I'm saying?
What low key is like a self-care thing for me? Driving. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
And I remember when my grandpa was alive, we used to go for drives.
That used to be my shit. Like I get in my head too much or whatever. I get frustrated with something. I just take a drive, let the windows down, and just
like I look back on it like. Again, you know, my grandfather was a real grandfather, meaning he was a senior. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all grandfathers were still trapping when y'all was kids because they was 38.
Grandpop 38.
Yeah, 38. You know, my grandfather was really, really 70 when I was a fucking child. Yeah. So he used to always go and feed the geese out Fairmount Park. And I used to think it was like some, you know, real, you know, Bruce Lee type, you know, Chin Lee, like some real, what they call it, Zen shit. But he would go and he would drive and go, he would take a loaf of bread and go feed the geese.
Right.
And when I got like a little older, he would take me with him and we would go out there and we would just talk. Like just sit out there feeding all these fucking ducks.
Yeah.
And I was saying the other day, like, I think I'm about to go feed the geese, man. I don't know where the geese at.
Right.
I don't know if they still out, because my partner niggas be shooting. I don't know if the geese are still out there. But I can see now why my grandpa used to go do that.
Yeah, so mind clearing.
Yeah. And for me, it's like driving. So, you know, it's recently I started fucking with the dump truck shit. And like the other day, I was just like driving up to Doylestown. And I caught myself like just thinking.
Yeah.
Just thinking, releasing thoughts. You know, I wrote a little haiku. You know, like you could just come up with shit while you on the open road.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so, you know, another one for me that I actually got to get back is riding the bike. Like, and I realized, like, when I was doing that part of all the workout shit I've been doing,
that was the most
riding the bike
part.
Was the most mentally freeing part.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Like, lifting weights, I gotta think about. Because it's like, you gotta get your breath right before you
There's a safety element to it.
Yeah, whereas, like, riding the bike, especially once you get on, like, certain paths or street, you kind of just, like, you going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was telling Kira the other day, like, when I hit the 80 miles, like, I wasn't even really thinking about it. Right. Till I got to Franklin Mills, and I'm like, I live in Penrose. Oh, fuck.
I gotta get back.
I gotta get back, though. Like, real shit, because I was just pedaling and just not really there. So that might be it. Riding the bike and taking a drive.
Yeah, so send us some self-care recommendations for black men, you know, what y'all got going on.
Yeah, because I don't want to do a line of coke. That's what it's like. That's what it's leading to.
We'll take a little ping.
Yeah, a little.
You know, that's my grandfather and them. That was their self-care routines. Back in the 80s, down Richards.
A bump.
Sir Richards.
Take a bump, get your dick sucked. That was all the self-care they needed. Them old gangsters.
Pass the plate around.
But I feel like hookah's not, like, working. Like,
No, fuck no. Hookah's stressing me the fuck out. I had to wean off the hookah. I damn near burst a blood vessel and shit. Blood pressure was sky high smoking that shit.
Yeah, I haven't smoked much hookah as of recent. I smoked
hookah with you.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
when you come over the crib, want to smoke some, you know what I'm saying? Kev was over there, you want me to put a hookah together? He was like, what the fuck? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm super weaning off the hookah.
Yeah, straight up. So yeah, let us know, man, what y'all got option-wise for self-care. Nothing too ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? No orgies, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe.
Well, yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Dan's available.
I'm available.
Yeah.
I'm available to be your orgy
Coordinator.
I'm going to be your orgy consigliere.
Crazy as shit. What else you got over there, man?
I want to talk a little bit of sports. Real quick. Real segmented.
You know they hate sports.
Hate it. But real quick, it's relevant. It's about the Sixers.
Okay.
The Sixers, allegedly, this is Daryl Morey, wanted a draft package, a trade package and a draft package of Jared Allen, Evan Mobley,
From the Cavs?
and a draft pick for Tobias Harris.
Wait, they got all of that?
No, they wanted that.
Oh.
That's why there's no trade. That's why.
Oh, I thought you. I
that's
just
what
missed
they
what you.
wanted.
I thought you said that's what happened.
No.
I'm about to say I didn't see this.
No, but it's one of them things where it's like, you know, and Keith Pompey, shout out Keith Pompey, he's a great reporter here locally in the area, Pompey on Sixers on Twitter. This is one of the moments where it's like, yo, this is the reason why. It's the Daryl Morey, Sam Hinkie, because they're the same nigga. Mm-hmm. They work together in Houston, are the same nigga. It's the Daryl Morey, Sam Hinkie thing of like, I'm smarter than everybody else. And I'm just going to go out here and just demand ridiculous amounts of assets for something that we absolutely don't even need on our fucking team. Mm-hmm. Like, it's that sort of thing. And it's like, oh, if you calling me, it's my responsibility to try to fleece you out of all of these assets as opposed to doing what's best for the franchise.
I'm not all too sure that Tobias Harris straight up for Evan Mobley is fair. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Like, Evan Mobley was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting as a sophomore in the NBA.
We should be paying them to take
that. Yeah, like literally, they just had the Wizards just gave up Bradley Beal, who had, you know, injuries aside, he had a pretty good goddamn year. He averaged 23 points, 50% shooting from the field, like 38, 39% from three. He's a knockdown free throw shooter and stuff like that. And it's like, they gave him up for like a carton of smokes and some second round draft picks.
Yeah, I know I wasn't tripping. He made the all defensive first team last year. Like Evan Mobley.
Was great.
Yeah. That would actually be a good ass addition with Joel and like.
Yes,
that would
and he's a stretch 4/5 where now when Joel goes to the bench or falls on the ground or whatever, now you can play Evan at the 5.
Pretty much every play.
And you don't drop off defensively, and he can stretch the floor.
To the bench or falls down. That's real.
You can play Evan at center. So it's like, that's a thing where it's like, yo, if they're calling for that, it's like, all right, give me Evan Mobley, and I'll send back Tobias and a pick or another nigga. Like, you can have one of you, DeAnthony Melton. You can have one of these.
To say you want an all defensive first team, an all-star,
and a pick
for Tobias fucking Harris, who don't make none of that shit.
Want to expire?
It's crazy. Tobias Harris ain't been on an all-star team, don't got an all defensive first team, and he didn't deserve his pick. So it's just kind of crazy to see that.
Yeah, that just kind of like threw me for a loop. And it's one of them Jones where it's like, yo, as Sixers fans, man, I'm a part-time Sixers fan. I go to the game, I hang out in the lounge and shit, you know, talk shit, swallow spit, conduct business and whatnot. This is just a thing where it's like, yo, y'all deserve better. Like, this is a joint where it's like, yo, y'all deserve better than this nonsense. And this is the reason why when the Sixers got eliminated, I came on this show the next day and said, blow it all up. Right. Like, just get all of these niggas out of here. Like, everybody that's not named Josh Harris need to get the fuck out the building. Because he seems to be the only one with his head on straight that knows what the fuck he's doing. Everybody else is just like on total nonstop bullshit. I don't even know that Elton Brand is even doing any work at this point. Because every time I see anything involving the Sixers in a trade or a draft, whatever, it's all Daryl Morey. So why the fuck are you even here? So it's like if you got a GM and a VP of basketball operations, one of these niggas need to get the fuck out of here. You got too many chefs in the kitchen.
I said it. Shout out. I seen my little homie Shaq from around the way. He was up at a deep room the other day, and I was like, it's got to be rough for Sixers fans, man, because it's just that shit just seems like a headache. Like no one really knows what's going on. Y'all just saying shit, doing shit, and y'all all just be like, man, just trust the process. We got nothing else.
When all else fails,
just trust the process. Yeah, like, and that ain't it, man. That's not a good way to go about it. So, I don't know. How do you feel about KD? Is KD the weirdest motherfucker on earth to you?
Nah, he's not the weirdest motherfucker on earth, but it's kind of like he's definitely top 5 most miserable niggas on earth. And the reason why I say that is because it's like the things that he indulges in, you would think that at this point, 14, 15 years in the league, 2-time fucking finals MVP, 2-time champion, 4 trips to the finals, like
4 scoring titles,
MVP of the league, 92-time All-Star,
gold
like
medal,
all NBA, like all he's one of the most decorated players of his era.
You made the fucking 50-40-90 club. Like you one of the best.
Like you're one of the most efficient.
About something I want to ask you.
You're one of the most efficient players in NBA history. When you talk about year in, year out. And just gifted to talent, ability. You're a 7-foot shooting guard, essentially. And you would think that KD on a Friday night, summertime, Drake and Lil Yachty's running around with these big fat ass pants on, you know, with 92 hoes and shit like that. You would think that KD would have something better to do than jump in a chat with Marcel from Playback YouTube channel and like tell him that his basketball analysis is trash. Like, KD, I say this respectfully, where the hoes at, bro? Yeah. This is dumb.
Yeah. Do you like hoes?
Do you like hoes?
He one of them basketball niggas. Like, he just like, this is my life. Them ball is life niggas. You think about we was at the celebrity game, and it was all fun. You blocked Ronnie's shot. I was chucking up bad threes. We was having fun. Then, like, around 11 minutes left in the second half, you start feeling the ball is life shit.
I took myself out.
I ain't going back in. Like, because it's just getting too intense. And it's like, them ball is life niggas, they can't. You ever see that meme with the white boy where he's struggling? Like, that's how them ball is life niggas cannot focus on anything else.
Yeah.
Because ball
is life. Yeah, KD don't motherfucking comb his hair. He don't get no motherfucking haircuts. He got that crazy beard. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call it that. He wears like cut off sweatpants and stuff like that all year round. Like he just obsessed with what he's obsessed with.
Just a basketball.
Just a basketball nigga.
I wonder how much money he got in the bank.
He's damn near a billionaire. Like 35 Ventures is like a real thing.
No,
like that's
outside of that, how much money? Like what did he spend money on?
Nothing. He has all of it. He probably has every dollar. Everything that didn't get elected to taxes, he has it.
He's just
all the Nike money.
He's just a super.
You never seen like KD on like
a splurge.
Like, oh yeah, KD just bought the new Richard Mille. KD just got the new Maybach concept car. You've never seen that. In 15 years, you've never seen it. And you're never going to see it.
Like, I've never seen him. You know how, like, they show Luka and Devin Booker and all these different people pulling up to the arena and what they was driving, and Luka with the crazy truck, Devin Booker with those schools. They just show KD. I'd be like, yo, KD might have walked.
Yeah.
Listening to some J. Cole. Niggas might have walked the fucking arena.
Oh, no, I got an apartment on Atlantic Ave.
Yeah, I'm right down the street.
Brooklyn, I'm right. Oh, man.
What I need a car?
It's a gentrified area. I can walk.
Yeah.
Can you imagine seeing KD on one of them little electric scooters scooting to work?
You know that was a thing for Lamar Odom when he played for LA. He used to walk to work.
Oh, yeah?
You don't remember like they did a whole documentary on the E60. He would get a big bag of candy and he would walk through LA to the arena and shit. And people got to vote, but people would walk with him and shit. Yeah, that was like his thing, like walking to the arena because he wanted to be amongst the people and shit. Yeah. Mario was like a cool ass nigga. I know this KD walking to work is a vastly different thing. You know what I'm saying?
A different dynamic.
I know that's a way different dynamic. I wanted to ask you this because I saw it the other day. I saw the meme, and basically it was best players by category. Right?
Okay.
And it's this writer, and he basically did best players by category. And I'm going to tell you who he had in it afterwards. He had the same player in 3 different spots. Okay?
Sound like some Paul Pierce levels.
So I'm going to go through this shit, and I'm going to ask you both the category, and you give me the person you would put in the slot.
Okay.
Okay?
Current day league or all time?
NBA history.
NBA history. Okay.
Best player.
Michael.
Mike.
Best scorer.
Kobe.
Best passer.
Magic.
Stockton.
Best rebounder.
Rodman.
Wilt.
Best defender.
Tony Allen.
Go Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars, okay. Best shooter.
Steph Curry.
I think that's pretty much universal.
Yeah.
Most versatile.
LeBron.
Bron. Gotta go Bron.
Most skilled.
LeBron.
Yeah, definitely Bron.
Most clutch.
Steph. No, Steph not really clutch. Kobe.
LeBron.
Most dominant.
Wilt.
Yeah, you got
Best handles.
Kyrie.
Tim Hardaway.
And most accomplished.
Bron. No. I'm gonna go with Bill Russell. Player coach can't outdo winning the chip with the player and the coach.
It's a cop out. I want to say Bill, Kobe, and LeBron.
Okay. Well, most of them y'all had pretty well. But this person had Kobe as 4 different things.
Okay.
Had Kobe as the best player, best scorer, most skilled, and most clutch. And everybody was in the comments like, we want to rumble you where you at.
Drop your pen.
But he a writer from L.A., and he was basically breaking down how Kobe was actually the player who put the most into being the best player. He was actually the best scorer if you break down.
Oh, he was done. He's
statistician. Statistician.
Then he broke down the most skilled and how he basically trained himself to become the Mamba, and then he broke down him being the most clutch. And I'm just like, yeah, this is all nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Best player, I understand the Jordan. He had Jordan as dad. Well, he had Kobe as dad. I understand Jordan, though, as the best player.
Yeah.
Best scorer to me, I low-key think KD has an argument because I think he's like the one person where the second he crosses half court, he's literally unguardable.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Best passer, he had Magic. Best rebounder, he had Rodman. Best defender, he had Hakeem. And people were arguing that, like, it's kind of wild, though, because Dikembe Mutombo just doesn't get the respect he deserves as, like, this great defensive force. Best shooter, he had Steph. Most versatile, he had LeBron. Most skilled, he had Kobe. Most clutch, he had Kobe. Most dominant, he had Shaq. Best handles, he had Kyrie. And most accomplished, he had Bill Russell.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of these,
Y'all got a lot of them. But I just thought it was crazy that he had Kobe as 4 of these different Jones.
No, but here's the thing. The people that exist in the Kobe hive, and we're shrinking like by the day, but the people that are in the Kobe hive are very, very high on Kobe. And they dig into the advanced analytics in a different way that, like, you know, some people view clutch time as like the last 4 minutes. Some people view it as the last 2 minutes. Some people view it as the last 20 seconds. Some people view it as like go-ahead baskets or, you know, literally buzzer beaters, game winning and shit like that. And it's like, yo, when you segmentate down from the 4 minute mark down to the 0.00 red fucking box on the fucking clock, John, Kobe, Steph, LeBron, and Mike all have an argument for it when you segment it down based on which segment you fucking select. So it's like we can skew these statistics in different ways to shape arguments. Like my brother, one of his mentors when he was through high school and college said that, you know, there are lies, damn lies, and statistics. And it's like, depending upon how you want, what narrative you want to shape, you can use statistics to make any argument you fucking want, depending on the snapshot of what the fuck you looking at. Right. So it's like, so when I look at like just pure scoring, I view Kobe as the best because I seen him do shit even Michael didn't do. I've seen him do shit LeBron didn't do. I've seen him do shit KD didn't do. 62 3/4 against an NBA champion is like, shut the fuck up. Like that's for me, certain shit is just nothing to talk about. That even elevates him past like the 81 and the 940s in a row and all of that shit. So it's like on a pure score, and I seen him go and do it at Rucker Park and do the shit at the Drew League too. So when I just look at Kobe as a pure bucket getter and a part of scoring also is difficult shot making, I give him that. I can't give him the most skilled though. It's like I saw LeBron James from 15 to now to 38, 39. I saw LeBron James. There's no fucking way Kobe is more skilled than LeBron.
You can't have LeBron
James
as most versatile, then say he's not the
most skilled. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I would want to make an argument that KD might be the best scorer, just because I think KD's scoring. I'm not taking him in nothing else. Not Twitter, nothing else. Scoring the basketball, KD is really like insanely good.
He's like that. And there is no bad shot from KD.
No. It don't matter if he pull it up from 38 to 3. It just
from 47 feet in, there is no bad shot.
Right. Straight up. Yeah, but I thought the whole most clutch, and I'm just like, that's such a opinion thing that no one wants to. It's like that's the one zone in basketball where we just completely throw stats out the window.
Yeah.
And you would think that it's the one thing where the stats matter the most. Because the stats are all in LeBron's favor. And everybody in that argument was like, man, fuck that. Kobe and Mike. And it's like that shit.
Yeah.
And to me, it just doesn't make
LeBron
sense.
Debunked that shit 4 years ago, and people still just aren't willing to accept it.
Straight
like,
up.
when you go segment by segment, he's right. If he's not the leader, he's right the fuck there in every touch time statistical category.
It just, again, a lot of this shit too matters with how you view the world. Mm-hmm. Look at Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen literally went as far as saying Mike was trash before I got there.
Yeah. Like, he didn't accomplish nothing. He just chucked up a bunch of baskets. He ain't do nothing. What'd he do?
And it's just like, what Tyra Banks say? We was rooting for you, Scottie.
Yeah, you just jumping out the window.
Yeah, the bitch got you going crazy, which I understand. Didn't she have some nonsense going on?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at it right here.
Okay, what was that?
Larsa Pippen just scored half of Scottie's Chicago Bulls retirement. So here's the full story. Larsa Pippen, the ex-wife of basketball legend Scottie Pippen, was recently awarded 50% of Scottie's Chicago Bulls 401k and savings plan trust, as reported by The Blast. The couple got married in 97, separated in 2016. According to the legal documents obtained by The Blast, the court order recognizes Larsa as Scottie's ex-wife and grants her half of the money that was accumulated in the account during their marriage from 97 to 2016. If we're keeping count, Larsa has embarrassed Scottie. She's the most versatile embarrassment off the court that we have. She's embarrassed Scottie in every segment that you can think. If we're thinking of, so let's just go back to her first affair. She fucked Future, had him trolling Scottie, making songs called 7 Rings and referencing being better than Mike, like all this crazy shit. Like literally made like 9 songs about the nigga. So that's the first one. She fucked Malik Beasley, who's half her age and now Scottie Pippen Jr.'s teammate on the Lakers. So now you're embarrassing your son by proxy because he got to go at the practice and look.
Malik Beasley not on the Lakers.
Yes, he is.
I'm thinking of Malik Monk. My bad.
Yeah, Malik Beasley got traded with Vandy and all them niggas.
No, I'm thinking of like the Bean. That's why I remember I'm like, nah, Malik Monk. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yes. Now Scottie Jr. gotta look at a constant reminder of a nigga that probably busts on his mom's face every time he go to practice. So you got that going on. And right now she's fucking with Marcus Jordan, who is the son of Scottie's former teammate and ultimate nemesis, Michael Jordan. And then now she's taken half of his 401k from the Chicago Bulls, despite the fact that she did not go down one layup line, shoot one jump shot, or take one hard screen.
Well,
I ain't gonna front, man. I'd probably be like Roy Baroof in this situation. I don't think I know other way to handle it, honestly.
In the words of Future, mask on. Fuck it, mask on.
I have nothing else.
Because I swear to God, I'm like, who the fuck is Roy Baroof? That's one of them slow cookers.
I got nothing else.
In the words of one of the 5 greatest rappers of all time, they knew they kill hoes too.
Yo. I did ask. Was like, who the fuck is Roy Baruch? It took me a second to catch that one.
And the timeliness of this news coming out is extra funny because Cam and Mace was just talking about Chris Middleton and his pending free agency and the fact that apparently Chris Middleton got a bunch of kids or whatever the fuck. And
he looked like a bunch of kids.
Bunch of kids ass nigga, 28, but the hairline is back here. Bunch of kids.
Thanks, Betha, for the note.
You know what I'm saying? So he was basically, they was saying like, yo, you know, given his situation of he potentially leaving Milwaukee or whatever, his girl that he's with now allegedly wants him to explore the California team. She want to live in California, And Betha's like, don't you do it. He was like, I was a California resident. They take half. Like, the child support is crazy out there. He was like, you know, so I moved to Atlanta. And Mace's Cam is cracking up. He's like, what's the calculation in Georgia, Betha? 300 a kid. He's like, they don't want you to live in Georgia. He was like, that joint like 300 a kid. He said, I used to be in California. Now I'm in Georgia. Yeah. And it's one of them Jones where it's like, yeah, nigga, you might need to go play for the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In order to protect your pockets, because what's the name just went through that? Rashawn Holmes, who was playing for the Kings, he just got traded to the Mavericks this week.
Okay.
He just was going through that, and his shit, he had a bunch of Zoom court appearances with his baby mom. The baby mom tried to kidnap the kid and switch venues and all of this old crazy shit. Mm-hmm. And you know, now he's a Texas resident, which I think is also favorable, you know what I'm saying, for child support and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, it's 2 places you don't want to be for divorce and child support. New York State, state of California. Plain and simple. Like, you a successful man, you a wealthy man, a man of means, you going to get railroaded. I think Puffy is a New York and a California resident, and he just got banged for, what, $50,000 a month for one of his kids or some crazy shit like that. So, yeah, that's a rough gig. Very, very rough.
Straight up.
Very, very rough. So, yeah, Larsa just hit for the cycle against Scottie. Yeah.
Did you see the cycle, John, I sent you?
Yeah. For the Reds?
Yeah. I sent
it. You called it. You brung Ellie Dela Cruz to the mainstream. Nobody's talking about Ellie Dela Cruz.
Only been in the league 2 weeks.
They literally, the youngest person hit the cycle since 1900. This motherfucker just breaking shit left and right.
And they first drawn since 89.
Dog, first drawn for the team since the 80s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 weeks into the fucking
been in the league 14 days.
Shit crazy, man. What else you got over there? Anything else? Anything else of importance?
Nothing really of importance. The XXL Freshman list came out.
I don't know anybody.
I actually think they nailed the list. I'm going to be fair. So you got Central C from London. Central C, shout out to him, man. Central C getting them checks. He allegedly just got a $25 million recording deal from Columbia for U.S.-only distribution, meaning he can still has his international rights. He can sign with another label and get another check. He's smoking shit, but he's like, he was independent, had videos with 100 million views. He got a joint out with Dave right now with 40 million views in 2 weeks. Crazy shit. Like, Central C is like the biggest shit in hip hop, like, other than Drake. Somebody named DC the Don, I have no idea who this is. That was the one miss.
I don't know anybody on the list. I saw the picture.
Lil Tyler from Tallahassee, Florida, definitely deserved. Glorilla, obviously, you know Glorilla.
I missed Glorilla.
Yeah, Glorilla's on the list. Tia Kareem, shout out our homie Arnold Palmer, South Coast Music Group. His artist Tia Kareem made the list. Friday from Coatesville via Philly. God did. You know Friday.
God did?
God did. DJ Khaled, God did, nigga.
Okay.
The one that's on the hook.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. He's from Coatesville via Philly. Via West Philly.
Lil Wayne, Jay-Z. I didn't know.
Yeah. So Friday, Lola Brooke from Team 80 / Arista Records. Rob Fornan from New Orleans. He signed to Geffen Interscope Group. Real Boston Richie from Florida, Futures artist. Finesse 2 Times, who's in partnership with like 19 niggas. Mob Ties, Moneybag Yo, a whole bunch of people. Too Rare from Philly. Let's give it up for Too Rare.
Oh, Too Rare, man.
Yeah, the family. Shout out Too Rare. And Sleazy World Go from Kansas City, Missouri. And the one big joint that everybody missed was like, oh, where the hell is Ice Spice? And reportedly, she turned down the freshman cover because of scheduling conflicts, which really means I'm bigger than this list, eat my ass. Because Ice Spice this year has already had 3 top 5 songs, and she's like the youngest artist in the history of music since like Michael Jackson or something like that to do that shit. So she's had a #1 with Taylor Swift, like a number 3 or whatever with Nicki Minaj, and then another record that hit in the top 5 also. So she's cooking. Oh yeah, the Pink Panthers record.
I saw a thing the other day from one of those, blackity black pages, and it was like, is Ice Spice success credited to her fair skin? And I'm like, I'm not clicking on this.
Well, here's the thing. Her parents, I believe, are like not even of Hispanic descent. I think her parents are like West African.
No, I didn't say about her nationality.
Yeah.
It was about her skin tone.
Yeah, but it's like we get overly consumed at times as black people with like blackness, and it's like associating like
they kind of did that to
yeah,
us.
skin color, with blackness. And the Willie Lynch, letter did a number on the blacks, and that shit is still rearing its head in its effects today. And it's like, yo, at some point we gotta get to judging people on their actions and what they do the most. They tried to pull a social media audit on Ice Spice about like her like talking down about other black women and this and this and this, and you know how they do the keyword search with your name and all that shit, and it pulled back nothing but her praising other beautiful black women and I love my brown sisters, and this is before she even got on, you know what I'm saying? So they tried to like dig on her past and try to ruin her, and it came back and it was like, oh no, Ice Spice is a supporter or whatever, and then it's like, then you find out like, oh yeah, her dad is like West African, her mom I think is not even a Hispanic, she's just a fair skinned woman or whatever. Her mom is bad too. Shout out Mama Spice. And yeah, so it's like it's either I'm judging it like this: either somebody's an ally or they ain't. Like if you ain't necessarily got to be like Umar just said on the Deli wrap up show. You ain't got to like calling somebody pro-black means that everybody that ain't is anti-black, and we're the only ones that do that. Like you don't hear pro-Jewish or pro-Israeli or you know what I'm saying. You don't really have that. It's just like you are what you are, and you're judged on your repeated action of what you do the most. Ice Spice is an ally. She identifies as a black woman. She, her father's, of African descent, literally from the motherland. And this is one of them Jones where it's like, yo, you judge people on their actions, and it's like trying to diminish her accomplishments or whatever based on her skin color is like the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, I don't think we should be doing. I think we should be past that in 2023.
Oh, we're not past a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of low hanging fruit stuff. We just not past.
Yeah, especially in our community. We give some of that fruit.
That's strawberry.
Yeah, that's the way we act. I ain't even gotta get no ladder.
That's on the vine.
Yeah, I can just reach up and grab it. Like, yeah. But yeah, the XXL, the list, they get younger every year, and I'm
that might be that's a good. They kind of nailed it this year.
Yeah, they got it right. Minus DC the Don, I have no idea who that is. I think they got it right. Just me being the old nigga, but the young nigga music correspondent for the show. I think they got the list right.
That's definitely you.
They had the right balance of the male and female artists. They didn't pick a bunch of goofy ass girls. They picked the girls that do have some substance, motion. They got stuff going on, versatility and shit like that. And they not just, my pussy is a credit card on every record and stuff like that. Not a lot of, yo nigga bought the Patek and I put his pussy on his neck on the list. You know what I'm saying? Girls with real talent.
Yo nigga bought the Patek, I put the pussy on his neck. That's exactly how it be sounding, man. That's funny as shit.
So I want to commend XXL for nailing the freshman list. Y'all got, I think, 9 out of 10 right. However many the fuck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 12 this year.
Oh, wow.
12. But yeah, Ice Spice, I respect her turning the list down. Same as Nicki Minaj in the past, same as Drake in the past. Like, she got too big for the list. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She just missed the list last year because of when she broke. She broke in like August. The list obviously comes out every June. So she just missed the list last year, and then she just shot to the fucking top of the charts and had this meteoric rise. And she's got a big crazy ass deal. Like she got like a $25 million deal, owns her masters out the gate. Like they negotiated some crazy shit. So shout out to Lil Jimmy henchman, Jimmy Roseman Jr. that negotiated that deal. They did very well for her. She ain't got to worry about no money problems going forward.
Shouldn't have to worry about it
unless she just just go out here and do some dumb shit.
Yeah. Get a drug habit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody that I know that knows her says she's like an absolute sweetheart. She's just a nice, genuine, down-to-earth girl. They got nothing bad to say about her. So I champion her and her success.
That's what's up. Yeah, I seen that stupid-ass article. I was like, I'm not clicking.
Yeah, just certain stuff. You just, That's a self-care activity, not indulging in the bullshit.
Not indulging in the simple, stupid shit. Yeah. That's definitely a self-care joke.
Like, I had to unfollow all of the blogs as a self-care measure. It's just like, I still indulge in them here and there when I'm trying to pull content or stuff to talk about on the show or see what's trending or whatever. But that shit is not on my feed on a day-to-day basis. It's too negative.
It's funny because I was actually saying that shit to Kara the other day. I'm like, yo, I don't, like, I have moments where it's like, I don't want to decipher through what I hate. I just hate all of it. And I'll just like completely detach from social media. Like, cause I don't want to have to like pick and choose like who should I continue following, who should I unfollow, who should I block. I just like, you know what, I'm blocking myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go.
Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all have it and I'm gonna leave.
Y'all cook. Yeah. Do your thing. Cause let's be frank, Twitter and Instagram it's more important in real life to a lot of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And you don't just let them cook, let them do their thing, and I'll be over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So, I got nothing else though, man.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. TRP Weekend. Official TRPE.com. Hit the events tab. Grab y'all tickets to that. If you're on the YouTube and you're not subscribed, subscribe now. Hit the notification bell so y'all get notifications when all this dope content drop. Go on the YouTube page now. Check out all of the dope Phil interviews I did at the 2023 Roots Picnic. Check out the episode from last week.
I watched him, Jones. You was doing your thing out there.
Thank you.
I was very, very shocked, man.
C. Diddy, greater than sign, Keith from up the block. And don't you forget that shit.
Yeah. You caught Cortez off guard with a good ass question.
Yeah.
It was,
I was fucking him up.
Yeah,
my mom hit me and was like, yo, I just want to let you know, you're so phenomenal and your talent is blooming and this is not me being biased. You're really great at what you do and you're a fully formed media professional now and I couldn't be prouder of you.
That's decent.
That felt really good. A lot of people commended me. Pastor Carl sent me a real dope message, man. A lot of people commended me on them field interviews. I want to do more of that.
Yeah, no, I'd like to do it too.
Yeah.
With no internet, so that was real freestyle.
Yeah.
We was trying to get some Googles on.
Couldn't even do it. Yeah. With dead zone.
Yeah, dead zone. Had to.
No towers, nothing behind fucking Fairmount Park.
Yeah, how about it? Yeah, true. But yeah, man, we got nothing else. We out. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all as always. TRPE forever, 5 ever. They need to be high-fiving. What they say? They high-fiving, need to be high-sixing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll be back later on this week, man. We out.
Peace.